Haze, now accepting credit and debit cards.
Overcast, rainy night, the Haze High Indians and Dodge City Red Demons get set for a Western Athletic Conference battle that for the Indians could determine who wins this conference race. Because if Haze wins, it's their conference crown. Kyler Liker will tee it up at the 40-yard line. Left to right, he'll kick it away. No wind to talk about tonight. Northeast at 6 miles an hour. 45 degrees at kickoff. It feels like 41. Liker's kick is going to head towards the sideline and go out of bounds. Kurt David, how did Dodge City end up with the football?
Tell you what, our captains tonight, it was good to see Adam Klaus go out on the field on crutches, but still out to midfield with Hayden Kreitzer, Alex Delton, and our new center for tonight, Ethan Dieterding. Dodge City won the toss, so they won the first contest tonight. They won the toss and elected to receive. So Haze High Indians kicked off to Dodge City. Haze High will get the ball in the second half.
The Dodge City Red Demons average 401 yards of offense per game, 299 of that through the air off the arm of Caden Walters, who's completed 63.5% of his passes for 1,403 yards, 10 touchdowns to just 2 interceptions. They go 4 wide receivers a majority of the time, and they'll send 3 of them out to the right on this occasion. One wide to the left is Eric Reed. To the right of Walters is his running back, Tyler Trent. Long snap count. Play clock is down to 2, down to 1, and Dodge City's going to get a penalty. A delay a game. They didn't get the play in time, and it'll be 1st and 15 for Dodge City.
Interesting way to start the game for Dodge City. Not only did they have a play not called, but they looked over to the sideline as they set up. They didn't go to a huddle, and then still never got one called.
Starting lineups brought to you by Eagle Fusion. For the best TV experience with an amazing lineup of HD channels, contact Eagle Communications, 625-5910. Eagle Communications, our community connected. We'll get the starting lineups to you as the game goes along. Trent to the left of his quarterback, Walters. Walters on 1st and 15, back to pass, under some pressure. He's going down in the backfield at the 13-yard line. It is the Haze High Indians, Brandon Hardwick, on a 3-man rush, got into the backfield. That's also a coverage sack because there was nobody open for Walters to throw.
Wow, Craig Dreiling, Brandon Hardwick, and Shane Behrens all pushed their offensive linemen continually back into the quarterback.
A loss of 12 on the play. 2nd and 27. Walters to throw again under pressure, and again he gets hit. This time Dreiling and Behrens gets to him.
And Dreiling fights through a hold from the offensive line to get to Caden Walters for the sack.
The ball back to the 11-yard line. 3rd down and a half mile to go for Dodge City as the first 2 plays result in sacks for the Red Demons. 3rd and 34. A loss of 12 to make it 2nd and 27. A loss of 7 on that sack. And now 3rd and 34, Dodge from their own 11-yard line. A minute into the game, Walters with 3 wide receivers to his right. The Indians bring a blitz. They're in Walters' face. He'll throw a screen pass to the right side. It is caught by Mark Adams up the far sideline. He'll get run out of bounds, but well before the original line of scrimmage, he'll pull up shy of the 30, marked out at the 28-yard line. It's a gain of 17.
Well, the Haze High Indians able to take advantage of the long 34-yard play there to bring the blitz to see how they could blitz against Caden Walters. Caden got off a quick pass, though, taking advantage of the open receiver. But still plenty of room for the Haze High Indians to recover and make the tackle.
And that time, Walters rolled out to his right to get some extra time. To punt is Bryce Unruh, one of the many juniors. High snap. Unruh brings it down. The punt is blocked. It is blocked, and it's going to be picked up by the Haze High Indians late. Ethan Dieterding picked it up. 10, 5. He's there. Touchdown, Haze High Indians. Dieterding may have been the one that got the block. Dodge City wasn't going to touch the football, so Dieterding picked it up, runs into the end zone. It's a touchdown for the Haze High Indians, who lead 6-0. Defense and special teams. The Haze High Indians got the punt block, which they worked on a lot on Wednesday, and they lead 6-0 a minute and a half into the game.
They tipped the ball. They partially blocked the punt. One of the Haze High Indian blockers ended up falling into the kicker, but of course it was tipped, so roughing the kicker didn't count. Ethan Dieterding with a heads-up play, noticed that the ball was still in play, picks it up, runs into the end zone.
Dodge City pretty well just ran away from the football. Liker's extra point is up and good. Kyler has made 27 7 consecutive extra points. Haze High leads 7-0, and Kurt David, you talk about the morale of a football team. You couldn't go in two more opposite directions for where Dodge City just went and where Haze High is.
No, 2 consecutive sacks, forcing Dodge City into a 3rd and 34. Then again, you mentioned they've been practicing trying to get back to the punter and get some blocks. They're effective in blocking that punt. They obviously had seen some game film of Dodge City that allowed them to think that they could get back there and rush that punter. And Ethan Dieterding, heads-up play, noticing that the ball wasn't down and no Dodge City defenders anywhere near the ball, picks it up, scampers into the end zone, 30 to 35 yards for the touchdown.
So the Haze High Indians lead 7-0 in a game where if they win the Western Athletic Conference title. Dodge City's a team that feels like they should be undefeated. Led Wichita Heights late in the game and then had it slip away from them and lost 26-21. Your starting defense for the Haze High Indians: Hardwick, Behrens, and Dreiling on the line. Rule, Dieterding, Stout, and Blackman your linebackers. Then Dryden, Fonensteel, Winter, and Kreitzer in the secondary. This kick stays inbounds. Comes to the near side. Going to be returned by Eric Reed. Reed near sideline. Great job by Jordan Betts. Betts stayed at home as Reed went to the right, then came back to the near sideline. He was right there to make the special teams tackle.
And a nice open field tackle. Exactly what you coach. Get downfield, set up, break down, square up to ball carry, and that's exactly what Jordan Betts did. Great open field tackle.
The offensive line for Dodge City, the left tackle is Burnaby Rincon, a 268-pound senior. Max Trent, the left guard, at 225. The center is Colby Sonde, a 259-pound senior. The right guard, Armando Sosa, and the right tackle, Justin Schoengert, a 180-pound sophomore. Handoff in the backfield, and going nowhere is Tyler Trent. He will get back to the line of scrimmage, which is the 28-yard line, 2nd and 10. 3 plays from Dodge City thus far, and they have netted negative 17 yards. It's a loss of a quarter of a yard on the play.
Again, the front 3 for the Haze High Indians, Dreiling, Behrens, and Hardwick, continue to perform well against the offensive line. This time it was nice to see the secondary and the linebackers react to the run. Don't overreact, though, because we've seen Dodge City in film be very effective with a play-action pass.
2nd and just over 10 from the 28-yard line. Walters back to pass. He's going to heave one deep for Reed. It is going to be caught by Reed on a bobble, and he's out of bounds inside of Haze High territory, inside the 35, down to the 33-yard line. Fonensteel played it well. It got tipped, and then Reed caught it and was able to get it on the rebound. Yeah,
Fonensteel had good coverage there. Ball was just a little bit past Fonensteel's coverage, and Reed was able to jump up and grab that ball.
39-yard completion to the Haze High 33-yard line. Walters 2 for 2 passing for 56 yards, but he's been sacked twice. This time he'll roll out to the right on 1st and 10. All day to throw, but nobody to throw to. Now he throws it deep. Wide open is Unruh, but he overshoots his intended wide receiver. Unruh got open late. Pass incomplete. 2nd and 10 for Dodge City.
Well, receiver was wide open there, but it looks like Ethan Dieterding was in pursuit of Caden Walters. That was Brandon Hardwick in pursuit of Caden Walters, who made him rush that throw and overthrow it to a wide open receiver.
Now the officials getting together and talking over on that right sideline. The receiver had run out of bounds. Had Eric Reed caught that, it would have been a penalty, because he wasn't eligible to catch the pass after going out of bounds. So ball at the 33-yard line, left hash. Haze High leading 7-0 after Ethan Dieterding picked up a blocked punt and returned it for a touchdown. And Dodge City is very deliberate on offense. The play clock down to 10 by the time they line up. 3 wide receivers right, 1 to the left is Eric Reed. Indians bring a blitz again. It's an option play, and it's Walters, the quarterback, getting hit and going down again at the line of scrimmage. Boy, Haze High just dialing up the pressure right now, and it is 3rd and 10 for Dodge City.
Exactly. Connor Rule in there on the blitz, made the initial contact with Caden Walters, forcing him to the ground. Going to blitz like that, you've got to get Caden Walters on that first tackle, because if he gets past that first line of the defense, he's got a wide open field to the end zone.
Well, and you're putting a lot of faith in your secondary. Jordan Betts is out there, Garrett Dreiling, or rather is Garrett Fonensteel, Maddox Winter, and Hayden Kreitzer. 3rd and 10 from the Indian 33-yard line. Indians dial up another blitz. Walters in some pressure. He's going to get hit. He's going to get away from it, and going down with a catch shy of the first down marker at the 24-yard line is going to be Mark Adams. His second catch of the night. It's a gain of 9 that sets up 4th down and 1, and Dodge City will be going for this. Immediately lining up is going to be Walters. 4th and 1. Can the Indians make a stop? It's a handoff to Trent. No, Walters keeps himself, goes over the right tackle. He'll get inside the 20 to the 19-yard line. It's a gain of 5 and enough for a first down.
4th and 1 there that Walters picked up. Again, he's a good rushing quarterback. He leads the team in rushing yardage. But, again, when Haze High Indians blitz, it leaves an open receiver for Caden Walters to find. That's what he found on that 3rd down situation.
And now Dodge City hurrying up. Play action pass comes near side. Wide receiver screen to Reed. Reed gets hit by Isaiah Blackman after a 5-yard gain to the 14-yard line. And Dodge City starting to find some rhythm now as Reed has made his second catch. And immediately Dodge City back up to the line of scrimmage again for a 2nd down and 5 from the 14-yard line. 3 wide receivers right. The running back Trent there as well. It's a handoff to Trent. He'll go left side behind the left tackle Racone, and the left guard Trent pick up a yard to the 13-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and about 4 yards, and Dodge City, after being very deliberate in their plays early, have all of a sudden become an up-tempo offense. 3rd and 5, play action pass. Walters throws, slant is caught at the 2-yard line by Reed in front of the Indians' Garrett Faunensteel. It's 1st down and goal from the 2-yard line.
Well, Dodge City's had to go to up-tempo because they found when Caden Walters goes back, he doesn't have time to throw the ball. Again, still the front 3 for the Haze High Indians controlling the line of scrimmage. Walters just getting rid of the ball quickly.
Gain of 11 for number 11. 1st down and goal, and a dive by the quarterback Walters. The officials looking, still looking, and now a late signal for a touchdown. 7-6 Dodge City answers after going 3 and out. They run down the field, convert on a 3rd down, and convert on a 4th down to get into the end zone eventually. 7-6 with 7:14 remaining first quarter, pending the extra point from the place kicker, Sebastian Mija. The left-footed kicker puts his leg into it and ties the game at 7, and we have a brand new ball game with 7:14 to go first quarter in a game that the Haze High offense hasn't even been out on the field.
That's exactly right. 7:14 left in the first quarter. The first quarter's almost half over, or is it almost half over here, and Haze High Indians haven't touched the ball offensively, but that time Dodge City takes the ball 10 plays, goes 72 yards down the field. Again, you mentioned very deliberately, but with a hurry up, a very quick offense tempo. Not any drop-back passes by Caden Walters because he just doesn't have time to set up back there. They're quick throws again, and they've got to be quick because Craig Dreiling, Brandon Hardwick, and Shane Behrens continue to control the line of scrimmage.
Haze High Indian football is being brought to you tonight by Kerner Chiropractic, Westview Church, Thomas More Prep Marion, Carpet One of Hayes, Vitzum Decorating Center, Discovery Drilling, Paul Wertenberger Construction, and Service Master Clean of Hayes. The Haze High offense will come out onto the field for the first time after this kickoff, and Alex Delton is going back in a kick return formation along with Hayden Kreitzer. Indians in their black jerseys, maroon pants, maroon helmet with the spear on the side, maroon numbers embossed in white. Red Demons in all white tonight with the red numbers and red helmets. And your uniform update is brought to you by Phase 2. A big thanks to Phase 2 for providing game day apparel for our broadcast. Quick turnaround and an in-house graphic design department ready to help your team. They have game day items in stock as well. Phase 2 on Vine in Hayes. For Dodge City, it will be Sebastian Mejia to kick off. Tees it up in the middle of the 40-yard line. Indians to touch it on offense for the first time, but tied at 7 apiece. The kickoff, a high kick, as it'll be returned by Kreitzer. Kreitzer the 15, 20, 25, right return 30. Makes a man miss at the 35. Back to the middle of the field and goes down just shy of the 40-yard line. Nice return to the right side. Delton provided enough of a distraction that it allowed Kreitzer to get to the right sideline, and a kickoff return of nearly 23 yards has the Indians set up at the 39-yard line.
A smart return by Kreitzer, yeah. Delton's caused a little bit of distraction, but Kreitzer looking for blockers, being patient as he came down the field. Picked up probably 10 or 15 extra yards just by waiting for blockers to get in front of it.
1st and 10, Maddox Winter, wide receiver left, 2 to the right, Kreitzer and Keith Dryden. And then Rule and also Barron's blockers to the right. Delton takes the snap, keeps it himself up the middle, get hit and go down at least a yard shy of the original line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 for Delton on the Indians' first play of the ball game. That Indian offensive line different tonight with the injury to Braden Delzite. Should be back next week. The new center is Ethan Dieterding. The left guard is Dalton Stout. Takes him away from the fullback position. Trenton Henningsen, the left tackle. Right side, Craig Dreiling. And then Brandon Hardwick, the right tackle. 2nd down and 12. And same formation. Blackman in the backfield. It's a handoff to Isaiah straight up the middle, and he goes nowhere. To the line of scrimmage, and that is it. Haze High has run 2 plays for -2 yards, and the Haze High Indians are seeing why this Dodge City Red Demons defense gives up only 17 points per game. 3rd down and 12 coming up for the Haze High Indians. It'll be 3rd down, we'll call it 11, a gain of 1 yard for Isaiah Blackman. This season, the Haze High Indians offensively converting on 51% of their 3rd downs. 2 wide receivers right, 2 to the left, Delton all along the backfield. Looks deep down the field, trying to get it to Kreitzer. It is to his left and incomplete. Delton under some pressure, got hit twice, got hit by Dawson Davis, who is 2nd in the Western Athletic Conference in tackles, and the Indians are 3 and out and must punt the football.
Well, you mentioned Dawson Davis getting in on the rush there to rush Alex Delton, but also the other defensive end, Noah Williams, got the tackle on first down of the series. Dodge City stacking up the line of scrimmage, clearly playing against the running attack of Alex Delton. And if Alex can get some time, it opens up the passing lanes.
The Haze High Indians will punt on their first offensive possession of the game. Burkhart bobbles the snap, gathers it in, and gets it away, but it is a short punt. It is a punt that goes out of bounds. Oh, that stayed in bounds. Took about an extra 5-yard Haze High bounce. Goes to a stop at the 35-yard line for Tathan Burkhart. A 27-yard punt came into tonight, averaging 34 yards per punt. And now Dodge City feeling good about themselves after tying this ball game up at 7 apiece on a 10-play drive. Have a chance to take the lead with 5:47 remaining in the first quarter. 1 wide receiver right, 3 to the left for quarterback Caden Walters. He's thrown for over 1,400 yards this season and is off to a 5-for-6 start tonight. Now he's under some pressure. Boy, big hold, and here comes the flag as Hardwick is able to finally get away from the defense. Walters still on his feet, takes a couple of hits and goes down at the 44-yard line. It would be a gain of 9, but Hardwick held. The official throws the flag in the backfield, and it'll be a big-time loss because it's also about 7 yards deep in the backfield. Brandon Hardwick got in deep, and the offensive lineman had nothing to do but grab a hold of him.
Well, it would have been a first down, except it's going to come back for a holding penalty, and if it weren't for the hold, Brandon Hardwick would have had a sack 7 yards deep in the backfield. So referee got it. Brandon Hardwick had to fight to get away from the hold.
The penalty occurred at the 29-yard line, so it's 6 yards behind the line of scrimmage, and then 10 yards from there. It'll be a 16-yard penalty. And first down and 26 for Dodge City from now their own 19-yard line. 3 wide receivers right, 1 to the left. That's Eric Reed. 17 catches coming into tonight. He has 3 catches for 55 yards this evening already. Walters will send junior running back Tyler Trent to his left. Indians 3-down linemen. Looks like they're going to bring the blitz. They do. Straight up the middle. Screen pass. Dalton Stout is able to hit the quarterback, and then the pass is tipped and caught by Trent at the 16-yard line. It's a loss of 3 on the pass reception.
Loss of 3 on the screen because you're right. Dalton Stout got back there and heavily pressured Caden Walters.
Tyler Trent, his 19th catch of the year, but this one for a loss of 3 yards. Walters 6 for 7, 78 yards, including that pass reception. 7-7. Indians with a special teams touchdown on a blocked punt. 2nd down and 29 for the Red Demons. 3 wide receivers left. Indians again bring the blitz. Don't get the pressure, though, this time. Catch is made by Mark Adams at the 24-yard line. And, Kurt David, I saw what you did. Probably should have been another holding penalty in the backfield. Ball out to the 24-yard line. It's a gain of 8 on the play to Mark Adams.
Yeah, Brandon Hardwick didn't just trip over one of the blocking backs there. He was pulled to the ground, wrestled to the ground, and the back judge did not call a holding penalty on there. But it's 3rd and now 21.
Yeah, ball marked just shy of the 24-yard line. The Red Demons need to get out to the 45, big 16-yard holding penalty. Walters will take the snap. Indians again bring the blitz. They get pressure, and Walters is sacked for a 3rd time. This time, Ethan Dieterding gets the sack. Dieterding, his 2.5 sacks on the season, ranks him now 2nd in the Western Athletic Conference. Walters goes down at the 17-yard line. It's a loss of 7 on the sack.
And Dodge City goes back to allowing Caden Walters to shut up. And again, the Haze High Indian defense shows that they can get pursued into the backfield. Dodge City's going to have to go back on their next possession to the quick pass plays.
Does Haze High come after the punt? They do, and it's almost blocked by Garrett Faunensteel. Short punt takes a huge Dodge City bounce into Haze High territory. It'll be picked up by the Red Demons at the 42-yard line. A punt of 41 yards by Bryce Unruh, and now see if the Haze High Indians offense can get on track. Their only possession thus far. They went 3 plays, lost a yard, and punted the football away.
Well, they ran 3 plays against a Dodge City team that was clearly playing the run, and really only on one of those plays did the Haze High Indians show any kind of a spread formation to spread out the defense. They really played both 1st down and 2nd down with everyone close into the ball. So it'll be interesting if they try to spread that defense out a little bit, give Alex Delton a chance to run the ball.
Blackman to the right of quarterback Alex Delton. 2 wide receivers left. Kreitzer in motion from left to right. 1st and 10 for the Indians on their 2nd offensive possession. Quarterback draw for Delton straight up the middle to the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 2 yards. He'll be marked down just shy of the 45 at the 44.5. 2nd down and 7 on a gain of 3.
Well, Dodge City, which we had seen on film, really just goes with 2 down linemen, and then the 2 defensive ends is bringing 5 or 6 people up right on the line of scrimmage inside the tackles.
Betts and Dryden wide receivers to the right. Kreitzer and Maddox Winter wide receivers to the left. Dodge City showing pressure. They bring the pressure again. Delton to throw. Has time. Steps up in the pocket. He goes down. Sacked by Noah Williams.
And there's Noah Williams, one of the defensive ends. We talked about him and Davis being the 2 key tacklers for Dodge City, and already they've got 3 tackles on them.
And already 3rd and 11 again for the Haze High Indians. Rule and Barons in off the sideline. That time Delton had time to throw, nobody to throw to. Ball back to the 41-yard line. 3rd and 11. Just past the 41-yard line. Dodge City has brought pressure every single play so far. They're going one-on-one on the wide receivers. Delton, 2 blockers to his right on 3rd and 11. He's going to roll out to that right side, and he'll go down deep in the backfield. And this time, Dawson Davis, the defensive end, takes down the quarterback at his own 35-yard line. The Indian offense has been snuffed out on 2 consecutive plays, this time for a loss of 6 yards. Delton, 4 carries, minus 8 yards. Indians again 3 and out in a 7-all ball game thanks to Haze High's special teams. Minute 35 to go in this first quarter. And Burkhart, who had to double clutch the first snap from Connor Rule, will punt for a 2nd time. Clean snap, clean punt. High punt, but it's going to be short. Fair caught and fumbled, and it's loose on the ground. It's picked up, I believe, by Dodge City. Dayton McGuarty fumbled the fair catch, and the Indians almost ended up with the football. Dodge City gets it at the 31-yard line.
Dawson Davis on that last tackle on 3rd down, tackle for loss, just moved him into 2nd place in the Western Athletic Conference for tackles on loss. Again, the 2 important guys for Dodge City that the Haze High Indian offense has got to take care of, Dawson Davis and Noah Williams, who've already made key tackles during the first 2 series for the Haze High Indians.
That punt, 30 yards for Burkhart, but nearly caused another turnover. Ball from the 31-yard line for Dodge City. 3 and outs. 10 plays, touchdown, 3 and out. Screen pass left side of the running back, and it's incomplete. Came to the feet of Tyler Trent to the side of the 3 wide receivers. It's a favorite play of this Dodge City team to get the running back behind the 3 wide receiver side, block for him, and see if he can't pick up big yards. Walters, just second incomplete pass, 7 for 9, 86 yards, 2nd and 10 coming up. Oh, he caught it. Oh, the official called it a catch, apparently. Back at the 25-yard line, it's a loss of 6 on the play.
Well, that was awfully generous.
No, it helps out the Haze High Indians, without a doubt. Trent's second catch, and they have netted -9 yards. 2nd down and 15. Walters to pass, under some pressure, steps up in the pocket. He got hit, escapes, rolls to his right side, throws down the field for Mark Adams, who has a go incomplete. And Mark Adams, quite frankly, is probably lucky that he didn't catch that football. He got rocked on the sideline and is still down. Hayden Kreitzer hit him. Mark Adams gets up, takes his helmet off, and he's going to go to the bench. Boy, Hayden Kreitzer just smoked the wide receiver.
Well, Caden Walters was under pursuit, was about to get sacked when he threw that ball, and he was forced to throw it high, and Walters is not going to be thanking him because he had to reach up for the ball, and he stretched out when Hayden Kreitzer hit him.
3rd down and 16 for Dodge City. They are 1 for 4 on 3rd downs. They did convert on a 4th down when they picked up 9 yards on a 3rd and 10. A -6 yards on a pass reception on a screen play is the reason for the 15 yards. Walters, quick pass to his right, no left. Reed makes the catch, and he gets hit, and Connor Rule reads the play and is able to get the tackle. Rule fights off the wide receiver, Jason McWhorty. He read the play. It's a short gain of 3 yards on the catch by Eric Reed.
Well, Connor Rule both read it, but he also deceived his coverage well. There were 3 receivers to the near side of the field and only 2 defenders for Haze High in coverage, but Connor Rule was there watching for that screen pass, deceived his coverage. Ben got there and made the open field tackle.
Reed with his 4th catch already, 58 yards, and that's the end of the first quarter. The Haze High Indians and the Dodge City Red Demons in a tie ball game at 7 apiece. We'll take a break. When we come back, the second quarter between Haze and Dodge City from Lewis Field Stadium. This is Haze High Indian football.
Chiropractic, providing personalized chiropractic care so you can live your life. Westview Church of Haze, helping you enjoy life. Carpet One of Haze Vidstem Decorating Center, providing you with quality service selection and value since 1945. Thomas More Prep Marion, worlds of opportunity, investing for eternity. Discovery Drilling, serving central and western Kansas for over 19 years. Paul Wurtenberger Construction, building dreams for over 30 years. Service Master Clean of Haze, from the major accidents to the minor incidents. Service Master Clean of Haze. Home Oil and Supply, serving the Haze area since 1963. Lifetime Dental Care, providing your family health, function, and beauty. Insurance Planning, insurance for the way you work and live. Swift Services, Ted and Shelley Fuchs are proud to support area youth. Haze Chevrolet, they have a huge selection of brand new Chevy cars, trucks, vans, SUVs, and a great selection of pre-owned vehicles. M&D Incorporated, building the backbone of our community.
Into punt is going to be Bryce Unruh on 4th and 15. Indians this time do not get pressure. Keith Dryden to return from the 36-yard line. Left side return, 40, gets hit from behind, and a nice 8-yard return sets up the Indians on their best field position of the night at their own 43-yard line. And the Haze High Indians have 1st and 10 in a 7-all ball game.
I think it was Maddox Winter was down there who made a smart block to get his head in front of the one of the Dodge City coverage, or one of the Dodge City Demons, to open up a little bit extra room for the return.
Well, Haze's offense has been absent from tonight's ball game. They have run 6 plays, punted the ball twice, and on those 6 plays they have gained just 7 yards. Delton 0 for 1 passing and -8 yards rushing. He has Rule to his left, Blackman to his right on 1st and 10 from the 43. Delton to pass, has time, looks over the middle to Kreitzer, makes the catch. Oh, then it's taken away, or did it? Broken up by Eric Reed, and Kreitzer said he caught it on the rebound. Now the near side official comes in, and he says incomplete too. Oh, Hayden Kreitzer's beside himself. Said he caught the football incomplete. Indians had the right play dialed up.
Thought he had caught it. What the referee saw was him bobbling the ball. Hayden Kreitzer said it didn't drop to the ground, but the referee must have seen something. But that time, Alex Delton a little bit of time to pass the ball. So better blocking, better pass protection by the front five for the Haze High Indians.
Rule stays in at running back to the left of quarterback Alex Delton. Dryden, wide receiver to the right, and the Red Demons looking like they're bringing blitz. They do again. Delton to throw, looking for Dryden down the field. Keith is under it at the 25, 20, 15, 10, and goes down at the 5-yard line. That time it's just a throw it up to Keith Dryden. Let him go get the football. He was injured a week ago. Goes out of bounds at the 4-yard line.
Boy, that's experience right there. That's Alex Delton and Keith Dryden being able to work together in previous games. We've seen Alex overthrow Keith a little bit, but now Alex getting used to the speed of Keith Dryden, knowing exactly where to plant the ball. Keith making the catch that came over his shoulder, stayed in bounds, kept control of the ball, and made it down to the 4-yard line.
Indians' longest pass play of the season, 53 yards. Stack eye formation, rule in motion. Burkhart is the fullback. Toss right side to Blackman. He'll get lunging forward, maybe 2 yards to the 2.
It's all right. He got to the 2-yard line there. The Haze High Indians haven't had a lot of success moving the ball up the field, but that time pick up a couple crucial yards. Now going to be 2nd and goal at about the 2.5-yard line.
Delton to Dryden for 53 yards. Keith's 9th catch of the year. He comes into tonight offensively, ranked number 9 in yards on the season. Indians, 2nd and goal from just past the 2-yard line. Stack eye formation. Tathan Burkhart, the new fullback, with Stout at left guard. Handoff, right side, goes to Blackman, gets into the end zone, touchdown, Haze High Indians. Tathan Burkhart smokes a defender on the right side. It's a 2-yard run for Isaiah Blackman. It is his 4th touchdown rush of the season, and the Haze High Indians use their big offensive pass play to set up their touchdown.
And that's what Haze High Indians needed to do. They got the ball down the field, but that's where you see the Dodge City defense time and time again this season toughen up and not allow the points. But the Haze High Indians break that defense and get into the end zone.
Burkhart's extra point on the way, boots it through, and it is good. Haze High leads 14-7, 28 consecutive extra points made by Tathan Burkhart, by the Indians' Kyler Liker.
Well, Haze High Indian offensive lines made some adjustments and are beginning to pick up the blitzing attack at Dodge City, at least on that series, to give Alex Delton time to throw the ball. He set up once and found Hayden Kreitzer. Hayden wasn't able to hang on to the ball, but Alex Delton did it again. Threw deep through the home run ball to Keith Dryden. And again, the experience of those two working together, how important that is that they've developed that and continue to improve. This Haze High Indian defensive team in Week 6 continues to improve their offensive attack.
Quite honestly, there wasn't much separation between Dryden and the cornerback, but once that ball was in the air, he turned the jets on and was able to get underneath of it. A Kalon scoreboard update for you. Great Bend leading Liberal after one quarter, 14-0. Your scoreboard update brought to you by Hayes Kalon for the green grass that you want in the spring. It starts with spraying in the fall. Call Kirk Maskus 623-0674 or Kurt Viner 623-8427. Special teams, nice to see Hunter Brown back out. The freshman broke his knuckle on his left hand at home against Liberal. Had to sit out 2 weeks. Liker to kick off. The Indians 14-7 lead. A sidewinding kick is going out of bounds. 3 deep returners for Dodge City. They send Eric Reed, Mark Adams, and Tyler Trent back there. A little unconventional compared to most teams when they return a kickoff, and maybe part of the reason the Indians trying to go up that sideline limit how many options Dodge City has to return the football. 2 out of the 3 kickoffs for Liker have gone out of bounds. 1st and 10 for Dodge City. They'll set up again, shop at their own 35-yard line. Already their 5th possession of the game. Walters, play action, throws left side. Mark Adams on the screen play, catch at the 35, 40, goes left sideline, escapes a tackle, and then Blackman and Kreitzer wrestle him out of bounds after a first down run and a catch and run to the 48-yard line.
Looks like Peyton Harris now in at the nose tackle spot, giving Craig Dreiling a little bit of breather, who's filling in for Braden Delzai tonight. 13-yard
gain. Mark Adams already his 4th catch. Eric Reed with 4 catches. Walters is 10 for 11 passing tonight. He's been sacked 3 times. Play action pass. Walters rolls to his right, under some pressure now. Nowhere to throw. Looks back across the field. He's going to get hit from behind, and he'll be sacked. It is Dalton Stout, who never gave up from his linebacking position. A sack for a loss of 2 yards, back to the 46-yard line.
Well, I don't know exactly how long Caden Walters thinks he's going to get to throw the ball, but he just kept sitting there until he could find somebody open. And you're right, Dalton Stout, who had blitzed to the far side of the field, forced Caden Walters to the near side of the field. Then you're right, didn't came up, sprinted all the way over, and got the sack.
Stout has been, or rather, for Stout, that's his first sack of his career. Walters has been sacked now 4 times. 2nd down and 12 from the 46. Play action pass. Throwing is Walters. Pass is caught. This time, I believe that was Dayton McWhorty with the catch into Haze High territory to the Indians' 46-yard line. McWhorty's first catch and 21st of the season. That one is good for 8 yards.
Dalton Stott again back in there in the backfield, rushing Caden Walters.
104 yards passing for Walters on 11 of 12 passing. He had 1 go incomplete along, he should be 11 for 13 now. He had 1 go incomplete along the sideline earlier, and Dodge City taking a lot of time to get this play in on 3rd down and 4. The Red Demons are 1 for 5 on 3rd down attempts. Indians bringing the blitz straight up the middle. It's a pass left side, incomplete. Pressure from Ethan Dieterding on the delayed blitz. Pass intended on that far side for Mark Adams. 4th and 4, and Caden Walters now 11 for 14 passing. What does Dodge City do? Their punter is already on the field, wide receiver Bryce Unruh, so it doesn't take a large change in personnel to figure out if they're going for it. 4th down, and it's about 3 yards to go. Ball is just shy of the 45-yard line. The Red Demons need to get to the 42. So call it 3.5 yards, and Dodge City lines up to go for it. They're 1 for 1 on 4th downs tonight. This could be the quarterback punting the football. It is. Walters will punt it from the shotgun position, and it's a good punt that is snagged at the Indian 15-yard line. So out of the 4 possessions, now 5 possessions that Dodge City has had, they have punted on 4 of those. 14-7, Haze High leads with 9:33 remaining in this second quarter.
Well, you talked about Ethan Dieterding having the rush on Caden Walters on that 3rd down play, but credit Isaiah Blackman with great pass coverage that forced Caden Walters to throw that ball just to the near side of the Dodge City receiver who couldn't come back and get the ball. So Isaiah Blackman, great coverage in the secondary.
Indians from the 15, Dryden wide receiver to the right, had a big 53-yard catch on the previous play that set up a touchdown. From the Indians 15, Delton back to throw, time to throw. Now he goes under some pressure and is down in the backfield. Boy, he goes down all the way back at his own 5-yard line, a loss of 10. It is the 2nd time that Delton has been sacked. His 5 rushes officially going for negative 18 yards at this point.
And a dangerous sack because Alex had the ball extended away from his body as if he was going to try to get a pass off there, and was able to hold on to the ball and not fumble it there inside the 5-yard line.
Winter and Matt and Hayden Kreitzer, wide receivers to the left, Dryden to the right on 2nd down and 20. Indians back from their own 5. Red Demons with 5 down linemen. Delton to throw, looking deep, and Kreitzer can't make the catch. He got held. He got his jersey pulled on and couldn't get turned around, incomplete.
Boy, it looked to me like there was some black being held there by the secondary of Dodge City there.
The Red Demons are flustering the Haze High Indians right now. 3rd down for Haze High, 3rd and 20. Indians are 0 for 2 on 3rd downs on 2 3rd and 11s. Delton passing 1 for 5, but that big 53 yards. This is 3rd and 20. Delton will take the shotgun snap with his feet on the goal line. No, he won't. Long snap count, looks over to the sideline. Play clock is still at 12. Time for the Indians to get the play in. Shane Barron's big tight end to the right side. 2 wide receivers left. Dryden to the right. Play clock down to 3. Delton takes the snap, drops back to pass, steps up in the pocket, throws it late. It is incomplete. Oh, they rule it a fumble. It's loose on the ground, and I think Haze High is going to recover. Or do they?
I think Haze High recovered. I'm not exactly
sure. They did, but I thought they did. They called it a fumble. I thought his arm was going forward to pass the ball. It results in a loss of a half yard. Ethan Dieterding with the fumble recovery. And now an official's timeout as one of the Red Demons is hurt. The player was down in the end zone, tried to get to the sideline, then went down again. And this is a Red Demons defense that is down 4 starters already, 3 of them from last week's game, and the player is on his back. So
it looked to me like 2 defenders collided trying to sack Alex Delton, and one got hurt just by banging into the other one.
Well, Haze High's offenses all come on 1 series tonight. Other than that, 3 and outs on 3 of their 4 possessions. In the injured players, Dawson Davis, and boy, Dodge City, certainly from their aspect, cannot lose any more players, especially Davis, second in the WAC in tackles.
Davis has his helmet off, but he's walking straight and he's unguarded. He's just got a pad on the back. My guess is he'll be back in the game.
Haze High's rushing tonight, negative 14 yards. They have 53 yards passing, and Burkhart will punt from the back of his own end zone. Dangerous territory on 4th down and 21. Good snap. Burkhart gets the punt away just barely, and it's a better punt. McGorty will let it bounce at the 40-yard line, retrieve it at the 43. Left side return. He'll go down at the Indian 39-yard line. Turns into a 39-yard punt. It nets 36. But the Haze High offense tonight, except for one big play, has been absent. Haze High in a battle. 8:05 to go, second quarter, leading 14-7. Indian football tonight is being brought to you by Home Oil and Supply, Lifetime Dental Care, Insurance Planning, Swift Services, Hayes Chevrolet, M&D Incorporated, and Midwestern Pipeworks. 1st and 10 for Dodge City at the Haze High 38-yard line. They have dominated time of possession. They have dominated field position. Walters rolls out to his right to pass. He's hit as he throws down the field. Wide open McGorty, but he overthrows him, incomplete. Late pressure from the Haze High Indians to make the quarterback, Caden Walters, get rid of the football. Trenton Henningsen with the pressure from the defensive end spots.
Yeah, Trenton Henningsen fought through the block and had time to get back there and rush Caden Walters. Exactly what he did. Caden Walters had to throw that ball a little bit sooner than he wanted to.
And it'll be 2nd and 10 from the Haze High 38. Neither team offensively has gotten in sync. I said that Haze High's been out of sync. So has Dodge City. They scored 1 touchdown on a 10-play, 72-yard drive that took 3 minutes off the clock. Other than that, they have punted on their other 4 occasions. One of those blocked for a touchdown. Walters on 2nd and 10. Indians bring the blitz straight up the middle. Screen pass near side. Caught by Trent. Trent's hit once but escapes the arm tackle. Breaks free to the 30 and gets down inside the 30 to the 27-yard line. Mark him at the 28. Shane Barons comes back to make the tackle. This is awful close to a first down. It'll be enough. It's a gain of 10 to Trent, who broke 2 arm tackles.
Well, that's exactly right. Coverage was there on the screen, but arm tackles aren't going to get the runners for the Dodge City.
Trent's 3rd catch, first one for positive yards. Walters rolls to his left this time, looking down the field. He gets hit. He is going to escape the sack. Throw it late, incomplete. I think that was Henningsen again.
That was Henningsen again, rushing him, had him wrapped up, and just couldn't bring Caden Walters down.
Walters was on fire. He started the game 11 for 13 passing, but now 1 for his last 4. He has thrown 17 passes tonight. And coming into the game, he had attempted 137 over the course of 5 games. He's averaging 27 pass attempts per contest. He's also been sacked 4 times tonight. So take that into consideration. 2nd and 10 from the 28-yard line. Dodge City using a lot of that play clock. Play clock is down to 6, down to 5. Red Demons got flagged earlier for a delay of game. Play clock to 2 when they snap the football. Walters keeps up the middle on the draw. He'll get positive yardage inside the 25, and now a late flag comes in. That might be on Haze High.
Trenton Henningsen got in there, got pursued again towards the tackle. He's able to control Bernito Rincon, only one of 2 seniors on the offense for Dodge City as one of the starters.
The ball to the 22. It's a gain of 6 and a personal foul against the Haze High Indians, their first penalty of the night.
Really one of the few penalties of the last 3 games. The Haze High Indians have done very well controlling the penalties, and that time just get called for a late hit against Dodge City.
And it'll give the Red Demons a first down. It'll result in a half the distance to the goal line, down to the 11. So it ends up, nope, that is a 15-yard penalty from the 26 down to the 11. And 1st and 10 from the 11 for Dodge City. Walters hands it off to Trent. Big hole. Cuts back to the middle of the field. Dives for the end zone. Touchdown, Dodge City Red Demons. Boy, Haze High looking a little gassed right now defensively as well as Tyler Trent gets his 4th touchdown rush of the season. And the Red Demons are an extra point away from tying this ball game up with 7:22 to go, first half.
And Tyler Trent proving on two gains there during that drive that arm tackles are not going to get him down. He's a forceful young man, and he was determined to get into the end zone on that play.
Just his 2nd rush of the night. It was maybe a bit of a surprise that he got the football. Extra points by Sebastian Maia is good, and the Haze High Indians and the Dodge City Red Demons are tied at 14 on a Dodge City drive that was set up in Haze High territory at the 38-yard line because of the Indians going backwards again on their possession.
And 5 plays get it into the end zone, 38 yards, but clearly assisted by a 15-yard personal foul penalty. Haze High just being a little bit aggressive after the play.
Indian football brought to you by Redeem Designs, Verney's Hamburger House, Next Tech Wireless, Goodwin Sporting Goods, Bacon Rind Appraising Services, and Perf Tech Wireline Services as well. The Haze High Indians, Kurt David, quite frankly, over the last 4 or so games, haven't been in a contest during the first half. The game had been a 2 or 3 touchdown contest by halftime.
Well, you're right. The Haze High Indian offense used to scoring in these last 3 or 4 games on the first or second handling of the ball, not just on the first or second possession, but the first or second play of the game they're used to scoring. And again, we've seen it on film, and we know going into this game Dodge City was going to be the toughest team Haze High Indians have played so far. And the defensive and offensive lines for Dodge City are very athletic, the most athletic linemen the Haze High Indians have faced all season.
Sebastian Maia will be kicking off from the left hash this time. That's a little different placement from his last kickoff. Delton stands at the 10. Kreitzer stands at the 13-yard line for this kickoff return. Indians got a good kickoff return last time. High short kick. Connor Rule calling for the fair catch, and he'll take it at the 26-yard line. Haze High first down and 10, and it has been rough going tonight for Haze High offensively. The Indians tonight, rushing the football, have lost 14 yards. Thanks to the 53-yard pass play, Haze High 39 yards of offense.
Well, last possession, Dodge City had 6 linemen inside the offensive tackles for Haze High. Dodge City clearly trying to get pressure on Alex Delton and taking away the run up the middle of the field.
That offensive line, not their normal selves with Braden Delzide out tonight. Dieterding is the center. Left guard is stout. It's going to be a flag, and the play was drawn up well. Jordan Betts was coming near side, and he was going to the house.
Yeah, just offensive line, right side of the offensive line moving a little bit early for the Haze High Indians.
Indians' second penalty of the night, first on offense. It'll set up 1st and 15 for Haze High, and Haze High doesn't need any help going backwards tonight. Start from their own 21. Here's Connor Rule into the ball game. He will check in, and Jordan Betts will come out of the contest. Keith Dryden with that 53-yard pass reception to the right side of the field, along with Hayden Kreitzer. 5 at the defensive line, 7 in the box, and now an 8th sneaking over. Option, right side. Delton goes back and is hit immediately by Dawson Davis.
Pursuit way too quick back in the backfield. Alex Delton setting up for the option, but not even enough time to get the pitch off to Isaiah Black.
Negative 28 yards rushing for Alex Delton tonight, including being sacked on 2 different occasions. Second down from the 12-yard line. Indians need to get out to their own 36-yard line. Second down and 24. Haze High from their 12. Blackman to the right, Rule to the left of quarterback Alex Delton. Dodge has just been bringing pressure straight up the middle all night. Delton has a little bit of time to throw, steps up in the pocket, gets hit, throws it late. It is incomplete. Boy, this is shocking to what is a small Haze High crowd tonight because of the weather. Dodge City may have almost as many fans as what Haze High does tonight.
Well, Dodge City right now stacking up. They're putting 5 men, 1 man each over the offensive linemen, and then putting their outside linebackers and safeties up on the line of scrimmage as well. That time, Haze High took 2 running backs to be blockers for Alex Delton, and still not enough time to get the ball off.
Indians haven't gotten Delton loose on the draw either. Third down and 24. Indians are 0 for 3 on third downs. Delton to throw, throws late on the screen to Maddox. Winner makes the catch 20, gets hit at the 25, and almost gets out of the ankle tackle to the 21, It's a gain of 9, but well short of the first down on the Maddox Winter catch.
Yeah, but Maddox Winter catches the ball and smartly comes back across the field in front of two Haze High Indian blockers to pick up some additional yardage. Now some additional room to get that punt off.
Well, this is right now an interesting ball game. Indian special teams making the difference, and Burkhart to punt the football away once again. Indians' 4th punt of the night. Ball from the 21-yard line, high snap. Burkhart picks it up, and he's going to go down back at his own 5-yard line.
Well, you talked about the 4th punt of the night, and sooner or later there's going to be a mix-up in the snap or something's going to go wrong, and that time it happened there on punt number 4.
Forward progress is marked at the 7. It is a loss of 14 yards.
Dodge is going to get the ball immediately on the 7-yard line.
Well, possible game-changing play on special teams for both squads. Indians lose the ball on a change of possession on downs. Walters to throw on first down to Reed. Reed near side makes the catch to the middle of the field, gets close to the end zone and just shy.
Boy, when those are Dodge City receivers, Reed showed at that time, we'd seen it with Trent from the backfield. When they get close, when they get within 2 yards of the end zone, there's a second drive there that propels them in. They've just got the desire to get into the end zone. Now Reed almost makes it on that play.
Dodge City trying to take their first lead of the night. 2nd and goal from the 1-yard line. Walters under center, keeps it himself. He will not get there. The Indians trying to swipe away at the football. Boy, either forward progress was stopped, or you got to not let Caden Walters lean forward before the snap count.
Walters leaning on his back, trying to reach the ball back over, and that's where Haze High Indians tried to swat that ball away, and Walters smartly brought it back to his chest.
3rd and goal from a half-yard out. Indians trying to stop it. Imagine Dodge City in this tie ball game will go for it on 4th down. Again, line up with everybody, including an extra offensive tackle to the right side of Walters. Walters again up the middle. I don't know that he got there. 2nd effort. Did he get in? Yes.
He reached the ball in across the line.
And Dodge City takes advantage of the Indians' miscue on special teams to take a 20-14 lead.
Exactly right. They took advantage of a miscue that gave them the ball on the 7-yard line, a high snap back on the punt, and Dodge City now takes the lead and puts the Indians in a rare position where they're actually behind in the first half of a ball game.
Walters' 2nd touchdown rush of the night. The extra point is good. 21-14. Haze High trails by 7. 4:50 remaining on a 7-yard drive. 3 plays, 7 yards. And Dodge City has a 21-14 lead. Indian football brought to you by Carico Implement, Whiskey Creek Woodfire Grill, Home Steel Siding and Windows, G&L Tire and Automotive, Advanced Installation and Coatings, Joe Bob Outfitters, APAC, and Eagle Communications, our community connected.
Haze High Indians need to be careful here. I don't know if anybody was watching the Colts-Texans game last night. Colts score a touchdown and immediately go to an onside kick to surprise the Texans. And boy, wouldn't that take some momentum away from the Haze High Indians and further put it in Dodge City's court. So Haze High Indians coverage team needs to be prepared on this particular play.
Each team with negative yards rushing tonight. The difference, Caden Walters passing 13 for 18 for 120 yards. The Indians passing 2 for 7, 62 yards. Each quarterback negative yards rushing. All the touchdowns have come on the ground tonight. Sebastian Miea will kick off once again. Delton and Kreitzer to return from the 12-yard line. Miea went short. This is going to be another short kick, but returnable as it goes along the sideline and out of bounds. So Haze High will get the football at the 35-yard line. Kurt David, what does Haze High have to do offensively to get just something positive?
Well, they've got to figure out a way because Dodge City's going to continue to stack up the line of scrimmage. Again, they're putting 5, even 6 men inside the offensive tackles. And then when you bring up your safeties as outside linebackers, it's just a numbers game. There's no one there left to block those guys, and they're getting immediate pressure on Alex Delton. Now, we did see on the last 2 plays of that possession where Haze High left a running back to help Alex Delton back out with some blocking. Maybe Haze High Indians can take that type of coverage, type of protection, and allow Alex Delton to get just a few extra seconds. And we saw that on a couple possessions earlier. If Alex can get a little bit of time, he can find an open receiver.
2 blockers to the right, 2 wide receivers to the left for Delton on 1st and 10 from the 35. It's a straight drop play up the middle. He'll get across the 40, to the 41-yard line. Call it a gain of 5 for Delton. Nothing fancy, just straight up the middle. Second down from the 40-yard line, 2nd and 5. For you Royals fans, the end of 2 innings, tied at 0. James Shields just got out of a bases-loaded jam. Betts, Dryden, wide receivers to the right. Rule stands to the left of Delton with 2 wide receivers to the left as well. 2nd and 5 from the 40, and everybody thinks everybody else jumps. The officials don't throw flags. Play clock down to 10. Play in from the sideline. Delton on 2nd and 5 will take the snap. Indians down by 7. Delton to throw over the middle to Kreitzer, makes the catch at the 45, 40, 30, 25. Right sideline, makes a man miss at the numbers at the 20. Right side, 10, 5. He'll get into the end zone. Yes, touchdown, Haze High Indians.
Hayden Kreitzer, what an amazing run. Got the catch and looked back to number 11. Number 11, on the coverage for Dodge City. Looked back, saw that he had about 5 or 6 yards, sprinted towards the side, and then stopped to allow him to go forward, cut back into the middle, and got into the end zone. What a great run and a great pass and protection there was for Alex Delton. Alex found the open receiver in Hayden Kreitzer.
Delton got hit hard on that pass play. 60 yards, the longest pass play of the season for the Haze High Indians. The extra point by Liker is just inside the right upright and good. Haze High answers on 2 plays. Goes 65 yards on 2 plays. It is 21 all. Ball game back on. 3:57 remaining in the second quarter.
We talked about what can the Haze High Indian offense do. They've got to find a way to get Alex some protection. Take those 5, get those 5 front players blocked, then leave a running back or somebody back to block for one of the 2 outside linebackers or safeties who are blitzing on every play. That time the Haze High Indians find a way to do that, and when Alex Delton's got time to find a receiver, he's been able to connect tonight.
He didn't have much time. He took a big hit, had to stand in that pocket. Kreitzer, good job, though, as he realized he wasn't going to outrun the faster Eric Reed, so he stiff-armed Reed, cut to the left, cut back to the right, one more time to the left, and carried a defender into the end zone, which was good to see because the first punt return of the season, Hayden Kreitzer got tackled at the 1-yard line. He had a run against Garden City earlier this year, taken down at the 2-yard line. So good to see Kreitzer get into the end zone. By the way, that's his 3rd touchdown reception of the season. Kreitzer is now tied for 2nd in the Western Athletic Conference, and Kreitzer climbing the charts. He was 6th in pass receiving yards coming into tonight. That'll bump him up a couple of spots as Liker will tee the ball up in a 21 all ball game at the 40-yard line. Liker's kick comes near sideline. 2 of them have gone out of bounds. This one just crawls out of bounds at the 15.
Boy, neither kicker very interested in seeing the receiving team make a return. Dodge City's kicker can't kick the ball any farther away from Alex Delton, and now Haze High Indians again kick the ball out of bounds, conceding the ball to the 35-yard line.
Dodge City has run 30 plays offensively tonight. Haze High has run 19 plays. Make that 20 plays on offense. Of course, Haze High's also had 1 less offensive possession tonight because Haze High blocked a punt to set up their first score when Dieterding picked the ball up off the ground. Nobody around except his fellow black jerseys to get into the end zone. Dodge City from their own 35 again, 21 all, 3:57 to go in the second quarter. Man in motion is Trent, near side, play action pass. He gets hit as he throws. It's up in the air. Is it incomplete? Is it a fumble? What is it? Incomplete pass. Walters got hit by Ethan Dieterding, who came untouched off the right side. Incomplete pass for Walters. He's 13 for 19 tonight.
Nobody picked up Ethan Dieterding, and he blindsided Caden Walters, and that ball was up there. Anybody could have reacted quickly enough to get for an interception.
Tantalizing close for somebody to turn around and pick that off because it was green turf all the way to the black and gold end zone.
And Brandon Hardwick back in the game now as defensive end, lining up against Justin Schwongard, one of the sophomores on the offensive line for Dodge City.
Just 180 at that right tackle. 2nd down and 10. Walters to pass once again. Indians read the screen well. It's a pass deep down the field. It is going to be in and out of the hands of the intended receiver, Eric Reed. Couldn't make the over-the-shoulder catch. Faunensteel in coverage, and the Indians dodge a bullet. 3rd and 10 for the Red Demons.
And Eric Reed had the distance. He was running at full speed, though, looking back over his shoulder, and just really just couldn't keep his balance. And in order to get his hands on the ball.
Tough catch to make. 3rd and 10 for Dodge City from their own 35. The Red Demons 2 for 8, 2 for 7 on 3rd downs tonight. One of those, though, they converted on 4th and 1 following the 3rd down. Both teams with their full allotment of timeouts. Red Demons incomplete on their last 2 pass plays. 3rd and 10. Walters rolls to his right, throws back to his left. Wide open wide receiver is going to be McGuirty at the 40. Trent, and he is gone. Well executed play by the Red Demons for 65 yards. Haze High over pursued on the screen to the near side. Trent open on the backside. 65 yards later, he's into the end zone, and Dodge City with the lead, 27-21.
Trent showing that on man-to-man coverage, if he can get a couple yards open space, he's got the speed if he receives a ball to get in the end zone. So Trent will need to be guarded carefully going in later in the parts of the game by the Haze High Indian secondary.
Trent's 4th catch of the night. It's his 2nd touchdown reception of the year. He has run one in tonight as well. And the extra point is up and good. 28-21. Second time tonight that Dodge City has scored on 3rd down. 3rd and a yard and 3rd and 10, but it was from 65 yards out. Haze High had just tied the ball game at 21 apiece, and you thought, boy, you get a 3 and out here, have an opportunity to get that football back and potentially take a lead. Remember, Haze does get the football to start the second half as well. Yeah,
and you thought there with Ethan Dieterden getting pursued on that 1st down play, getting a nice sack on Caden Walters and a nice hit on Caden Walters, that the momentum had swung back to the Haze High Indians. But no, again, Caden Walters had time to throw the ball, and in man-to-man coverage, Trent just shows he's got the speed to get away and get into the end zone.
So it goes from Walters to Trent, the running back. For Walters, his 11th touchdown pass of the season, 1st of this night. 45 degrees at kickoff. It is a cool night here at Lewis Field Stadium. Your Kalon scoreboard update at halftime. Great Bend is leading Liberal 14-7. Great Bend led after 1 quarter, 14-0. So the Indians hit on 2 plays, 65 yards and a touchdown. The Red Demons, 3 plays, 65 yards and a touchdown. And for the Haze High Indians, Delton and Kreitzer back to return from the 15-yard line. The kick, a short one, will be taken by Fonensteel to 25, left sideline 30, 35, gets across the 35 on a nice return of 14 yards to the 37.
Dodge City a little excited there because as Fonensteel hit the ground and let loose of the ball, they thought Dodge City thinking there's a fumble there, but referees called the ball down as it was.
Ball at the 37. Haze High trails 28-21. Most points Dodge City's given up in a game this year is 26 against Wichita Heights. Most points Haze High's given up this year, 28 against Liberal and Garden City, but a much different 28 points than what Dodge City has done tonight. Indians taking their time on the sideline. Bring the play to the to the left hash mark, going right to left with 13 on the play clock. Dryden to the right. Kreitzer to the right. Also Behrens and Rule to the right side. And now timeout Dodge City. I'm not sure, they had 11 on the field, and Haze High was the one running out of time. So first timeout taken by either team, and Dodge City uses a timeout.
I think with Connor Rule and Shane Behrens being set up in the backfield, but to the far right side of the line of scrimmage, and Alex Delton back there by himself, just a formation that Dodge City coached with their full allotment of timeouts. Let's take a timeout here and organize for that type of setup.
Haze High Indian football on ECTV, HazePost.com, and 96.9 KFIX Plainville Haze. 28-21, Red Demons lead. Dodge City 4-1 and 2-0 in the Western Athletic Conference. Haze High 5-0, 3-0 in the WAC. If Haze High wins, they win the conference title outright. Haze High comes into tonight 4th in 4A points scored this year, 4A Division I, and have given up the 5th fewest points in 4A Division I. Injuries playing a role in the Indian season. Braden Delzite, the Indian starting center and defensive tackle, is out tonight. And you just wonder how much that Dodge City realized that in warm-ups. They brought a lot of pressure against the Haze High Indians, or that very well could have been the play the entire time. Same formation to the right. This time it is going to be as a wide receiver to the right, Shane Behrens, one of 3 wide receivers. Delton's going to run that way, cut it up the field, get maybe within a yard of the line of scrimmage. Indians trying to overload that right side, but Dawson Davis, again, undercutting the runner, loss of a yard.
Well, and Noah Williams then on the other side, the other defensive end, because of everybody loading up to the right side of the line of scrimmage, no one there to block Williams, and Williams really not allowing Alex Delton a cut back or an open field to cut back to, an open area to cut back to.
2nd and 11 for Haze High. Shotgun for Delton with nobody behind him. Noah Williams wraps him up and drops him. Craig Dreiling, the left guard, couldn't pick up Noah Williams. If he did, Delton had all day to run, goes down at the 30-yard line. That's a loss of 6.
Well, Dustin, you're exactly right. Craig Dreiling pulling from the guard position was there to try to pick up Williams, but Williams is talented, too quick, and was able to elude Dreiling to make the tackle in the backfield.
I said left guard. He's the right guard. You're right, pulling to that side. And so 3rd down and another long conversion attempt for Haze High. This one 3rd down and 17. Haze High 0 for 4 on 3rd down. Twice on 3rd and 11, 3rd and 20, 3rd and 24, and in danger of again on a 3 and out and giving Dodge City the football back with a 7-point lead. 3rd down and 17. Delton to take the shotgun snap. He'll keep it straight up the middle. Go left side, 35, 40. First down, and he is in Dodge City territory. 30, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Alex Delton. He goes left side, straight up the middle, and that time Trenton Henningsen, Dalton Stout, Braden Delzite, or rather Ethan Dieterding and Dalton Stout blow up that left side, and he goes in for the touchdown.
Well, and we talked about it 2 games before where there just isn't another defender in the Western Athletic Conference that can keep up with Alex Delton. Alex Delton splits the defenders like we had seen him do 2 games ago against, I believe, Liberal, and just splits those defenders with the confidence that he can get through. Eludes them and gets into the end zone for a touchdown to tie this game up now with the point after touchdown.
Tyler Liker's touchdown or extra point is good. So Alex Delton goes from negative 30 yards rushing on 10 attempts to positive 40 yards on 11 after that 70-yard touchdown run. Delton was able to get past the line of scrimmage. Great blocks on the left side. Let him have just enough time. And that time, Haze High again overloaded the right side, but went in between the tackles to be able to get the yardage.
Well, we talked about what does Haze High Indians got to do. They've got to figure out a way to block those 5 or 6 guys that are loading up inside the tackles. And now a formation that Haze High Indians think that they can do that with the overload in the right side of the line of scrimmage. But really the first time a big hole's been opened up there, and it was plenty of room for Alex Delton to get through and get some separation for the defenders. And that young man just doesn't need a lot of separation. He needs 1 yard because he's got the speed and the quickness to elude any other defender in the Western Athletic Conference.
It is a 28-all ball game, 1:59 remaining. And this is just each team continuously scoring. 4 straight possessions between the 2 teams to take us from 14-all to 28-all. Each team has had a special team snafu that led to a touchdown. Different kicker this time, and flag on the play. Indians had somebody jump off sides.
Yep, a little bit quick there on the coverage team to get downfield. So
Indians with 4 touchdowns tonight, and for every touchdown, Homes by Cornerstone will be donating $25 to the Tomahawk Club, the Haze High Football Booster Club. At this rate, it may be a sizable check that Homes by Cornerstone is donating after tonight's ball game.
It is going to be, there's going to be more plenty more points scored in the second half of this ball game.
It is Logan Clark to kick off for the Haze High Indians. Liker had gone out of bounds a few times, so the freshman, younger brother of last year's excellent kicker Lane Clark, to tee it up at the 35-yard line because of the penalty. High, short kick that is going to be caught at the 27-yard line. Right side return. Indians ripping at the football, cannot pry it loose, as Tathan Burkhart, one of the guys to get there for the special teams tackle. Maddox Winter as well on the return by Zachary Pettigo.
Boy, 2 returns in a row. Haze High Indians had a return, got them to, the 37-yard line, and that time Dodge City has a return, gets them to the 39. So allowing them return is only giving them 3-4 more yards than just conceding the ball to the outside.
Got it to the 34, so they actually get 1 yard less than kicking it out of bounds. 3 wide receivers left. Adams in the middle of Reed and McGuirty. To the right side, Bryce Unruh. Reed had been to his lonesome on the far side of the field pretty much the entire night. 28 all ball game, 1:54 remaining before halftime. Indians 3 down lineman in the nickel. Walters floods out to his left, under some pressure, throws it to McGorty, makes the catch at the 50 into Haze High territory at the 46-yard line.
1 minute and 46 seconds left in the half. Again, Haze High Indians will get the ball to open up the second half. So how nice, how important a stop here would be for the Haze High Indian defense.
McGorty, his second catch of the night, that one for 20 yards, 205 yards passing in the first half for quarterback Caden Walters. He averages 299 a game. 1st and 10 from the Indian 46. Low snap. Pressure's on. Screenplay set up near side 4. Tyler Trent gets hit and goes down at the Haze High 32-yard line. It's a gain of 14 on the screen. Haze High got the pressure but couldn't get to the quarterback in time. Trent now with his 5th catch of the night. And that one for 14 yards. Quickly back to the line of scrimmage is the offense. Walters on 1st and 10. Hands off, no, keeps it himself. Goes out to the left side, throws it down the field. Intercepted! Intercepted by the Haze High Indians and then fumbled on the play. And Dodge City gets it back. And they'll get 1st down and 10. Maddox Winter got the interception. Now the officials talking. Was he down? Whose ball is it? 3 of the officials on the far sideline talking. Maddox Winter gets the interception, and Dodge City ends up with the football. Maddox Winter's 2nd interception, but the Indians then turn it over on a fumble. 1st and 10 for Dodge City from their 35-yard line. Or, excuse me, from the Dodge Haze High 35-yard line. This game just flips back and forth. Walters rolls out to his right this time. Lots of pressure, under trouble. He'll go down in the backfield, throw it late over the middle of the field, and that's going to be an intentional grounding.
That's exactly right. Caden Walters just throwing that ball to open green space, just trying to get the ball and avoid a 10-yard sack against the Haze High.
And nobody in the area. Dieterding, Burkhart in the area. Also, I think that was Connor Rule back there as well. The officials will talk this over. If it's intentional grounding, the ball will be back at the 45-yard line, and then mark it off 5 yards from there. It's a loss of down as well. He would have been better just taking the sack. That does count as a sack for the Haze High Indians, by the way.
So a sack and a 5-yard penalty and the loss of down against Dodge City. So now a 2nd and 25.
It is the 5th sack of Caden Walters tonight.
They've got, there we go, 2nd and 20. They had 3rd and 25 showing on the down marker, but it is 2nd and 25 for Dodge City.
So after all of this, the ball back to the 50-yard line. Remember, Indians had an interception, but fumbled on the return. 1:05 to go in the first half. Maybe this will play into how Dodge City plays the rest of this half. Haze High, though, first wants a timeout to talk things over. 28 all ball game. Indians got the interception, but could not come up with the football. They came up with the football, but then on the fumble couldn't keep it.
And what a key interception that would have been to be able to hang on to that, but still they put Dodge City in a difficult possession now with 2nd and 25. 1 minute and 6 on the clock, and again, how important it is to control Dodge City here to a turnover on downs, not let them into the end zone, because the Haze High Indians will get the ball in the second half and bring their offense back out on the field. So Haze High Indians can go into halftime with at least a tie score, get the ball back. You've got to like the momentum swing now going back towards the Indians.
Long first half for a couple of defenses who are down players. You Royals fans, big moment for Alex Gordon. 1-0 KC leads, top of the 3rd, 2 outs, and a 1-2 pitch count with the bases loaded in the top of the 3rd inning. Alex Gordon, kind of Mr. Royal himself, waiting at the plate, and he'll foul a pitch off.
Boy, ever dream of having the bases loaded in the playoffs at the bat?
How many times have you done that in the backyard as a kid? That, or at the the 3-pointer to win, the touchdown pass or run to in the backyard. So 2nd down and 25 for Dodge City. And the Indians definitely protecting against not only the screen, but that deep arm of Caden Walters, who has thrown for 219 yards tonight and 1 interception, but the Indians coughed it up. Indians 3 down linemen. They bring a delayed blitz. No, they don't. It's a late pass. Left side, Reed makes the catch at the 40, breaks through a tackle, and will get down to the Haze High 31-yard line. Gain of 19 to set up 3rd down and manageable for Dodge City.
Haze Indians have got to work on their arms. So they've got to talk about this at halftime, because that time Reed drug a defender 6 yards down the field.
238 yards passing for Walters, and we're not yet to halftime. Walters to Reed for a 6th time tonight. 3rd down and about 6, maybe 7 yards. Walters takes the snap. He'll drop back to pass. Straight drop under some pressure. Throws it late over the field. It is incomplete. 4th down. And there are tired bodies all over this football field with another half to play. 4th down and 6, 26 seconds to go before halftime. Got a feeling that Dodge City will go for it here. Their kicker, we were told, has a leg for about a 45-yard field goal. Where the ball is at, you're talking about 47 to 48 on a cold, wet night where that ball is hard, and Alex Gordon comes through for the Kansas City Royals.
He was kicking about 35-yarders in practice with a little bit to spare.
So here we go, 4th down and 7. Walters and the Indians jump off sides. Rare mistake by Brandon Hardwick. Indians' 3rd penalty of the night.
That is a rare mistake, and a play you've seen the Haze High Indians pull so many times against opposing defenses, and that time working against them. Now 4th and 1 after a 2nd and 25. With 26 seconds left on the clock.
And after an interception where the Indians could have got a chance to score and get the ball to start the second half. Big play here. 4th and 1 from the 26. 26 seconds left to go before halftime. 28 all ball game. 1 wide receiver left, 2 to the right. And Trent to the right side of Walters. Walters takes the snap. Play action. He'll run up the middle. I don't know if he got there. I don't know if Walters got to the line for the 1st down marker. Where the far side official is, he is short.
He's going to be short.
And Haze High is going to get this football with 21 seconds remaining.
He's definitely short.
Oh, you don't even have to measure. The official comes over, looks, and it's a change of possession on downs.
Wow. You know, we talked about one of the keys of the game is obviously you got to guard against a passing defect, but don't forget about Caden Walters being the leading rusher, the leading scorer with rushing touchdowns. That time the Haze High Indians didn't forget about Caden Walters and denied him a 4th and 1, forcing a turnover on downs with 21 seconds and allowing themselves to go into halftime with a tie, knowing they're going to get the ball to start the second half.
Do you give Delton a chance to break another run, especially where now Dodge City has only 3 down linemen? There are 3, make it 4 wide receivers to the right. Indians have 2 timeouts left. Delton's going to keep flags on the play. False start on the Haze High Indians. Their 4th penalty of the night. Also
I'd say you take away that surprise play, but when you've got Alex Delton by himself in the backfield, the idea that he's going to run the ball is not going to be a surprise at all. So
the ball for Haze High just across the 20. We'll mark it at the 20. 18 seconds to play in the half. Indians get the ball to start the second half and have a chance to have a game-changing moment here. Barron's tied in left. Connor Rule will line up to the left of quarterback Delton. 2 wide receivers left. Dryden to the right. Delton takes the snap. Play action pass. Has time to throw. Now rolls out to his right. Needs to get rid of that football. He's going to stop and just whip it out of bounds with 10 seconds
He's going to get called for intentional grounding.
Well, no, he can't. He's outside of the pocket. You can't get called for
He didn't get it back to the line of scrimmage, and he didn't throw it near a receiver.
Yeah, you're outside of the tackles, though. Yep, there it is.
Okay.
Yeah, and there was a receiver on this near side coming back for the football. I think it was Hayden Kreitzer. Yeah. There was nothing for that one. So Delta now 3 for 9 passing, 122 yards, and a touchdown. What does Haze High do with 10 seconds remaining from their own 20-yard line?
Well, you almost wonder if that wasn't a little bit too excitement for Coach Black with 10 seconds left.
Maybe keep it on the ground this time a little bit more. The Indians, 13 seconds on the clock, now a little confused on this play. 2 wide receivers left, 2 to the right. 10 seconds before halftime, 7 on the play clock. Kreitzer goes in motion, timeout Haze High. Boy, nothing for Haze High was going right there. Indians will use a second timeout. And this half, which is now 1 hour and 18 minutes old, will not come to an end.
Well, 28-28, we're getting everything out of this game we thought we might. A game for the Western Athletic Conference Championship against the toughest team that the Haze High Indians have faced all year. And Dodge City had a tough game with Wichita Heights that they lost, but you still got to believe this is one of the toughest teams Dodge City's faced all year. And boy, it's been an offensive battle. The defenses, neither defense is terribly stepped up, but really have allowed both a lot of yardage on the line of scrimmage.
I know Dodge City is 4-1 on the season. I consider them a 5-0 team. They should have beat Wichita Heights, who is an excellent ball team. Kreitzer, Dryden, Barons, and Rule to the right for what could be the final play of the first half. 10 seconds, 9 seconds on the clock. One wide receiver to the left is going to be Maddox Winter. Man in motion. It's going to be Delton, keeper. He'll go right side, 25, 30, hit from behind, and taken down. Do the Indians call a timeout? Nope, let the half end. And the Indians will pick up about 14 yards on that play to the 33-yard line. Call it a gain of 13, and that's how the half will end. What an entertaining half of football, Kurt David. 28's on the scoreboard. Now it comes to adjustment time for both teams.
Well, that's exactly right. And where Haze High Indians need to adjust is they figured out a way now on a couple possessions that they can offset their line and have figured out a way to block effectively against 5 or 6 men that have stuffed up between the tackles. What the Haze High Indian defense needs to do is how to get back to that pressure that they had in the first series against Dodge City and get pressure consistently in the backfield. Dodge City's shifted away from their deep back throws, deep passing plays, and allowing Caden Walters to set up to really shift back to more towards a quick type throwing offense. But the Haze High Indians, if they can get those front three to continue to push back and figure out a way to get more pressure on Caden Walters, they'll shake him up and force him into bad throws. And we see when Caden Walters is rushed, he doesn't complete the pass.
Haze High, Dodge City tied at the break, 28 all. And this is Haze High Indian football. is. The Haze High Indians and the Dodge City Red Demons get set to do battle in half number 2 at Lewis Field Stadium. For Haze High, a win means the Western Athletic Conference Championship. For Dodge City, it means they'd be 3-0 in conference play and could beat Garden City, their rivals, for a conference championship in week number 9. Kurt David is 28 all. We had a half to think about it. What do the Indians have to do to win the football game? Almost need some new keys to the game at this point.
Well, I think what the Indians need to do is continue doing what they did to the latter part of the second quarter and figured out a way to dominate the offensive line when Dodge City's putting 5 to 6 men inside the offensive tackles and then lining up the outside linebackers on the line of scrimmage. It's just becoming a numbers game for Dodge City where they're just overwhelming. They've got more numbers there at the line of scrimmage that the Haze High Indians do. They finally found a new set or two to break up that defensive line and even give Alex Delton a little bit of time to run the ball.
Saw the Indians go over top offensively a couple of times by just letting them do a 3-step drop throw over the top to Dryden, to Kreitzer. More of that stuff as well?
Well, exactly, but you've got to give Alex Delton time to find him, and that's what, until they figured out a way to master that defensive setup for Dodge City, they weren't really giving Alex Delton consistently much time, but really overall, we talked about how much fun we had last week and the Haze High Indians had last week against Wichita South, able to relax and, get some offensive linemen to run the ball. But 28-28 for a Western Athletic Conference title. This is fun football, Dustin. This is why we do this every Friday night.
Delton will line up at the 10-yard line along with Hayden Kreitzer. The kick by Mihai is going to be a high kick taken by Fonensteel at the 19-yard line. 25, right return, 30, and tries to break free as he gets to the 32-yard line. Maybe mark him to the 33-yard line where Haze High will have first down and 10, moving right to left in this third quarter. Haze High was able to tie Dodge City on the 2 occasions that the Red Demons took the lead. Haze High with 180 yards of offense in the first half, 223 for the Red Demons, and your halftime stats are brought to you by Bon Appetit. Need to board your pet while you're following the team? Call 621-PAUSE. Bon Appetit Pet Hotel, Bakery, and Boutique, 2202 Vine Street in Hays. 3 to the right, 2 to the left for Delton. Puts Kreitzer in motion. Does he hand it off to him this time? No, keeps it himself left side. Delton with a crease, fumbles the football, and I think Haze High falls back on top of it.
Haze High did, and Alex Delton had that ball out to the right side there again, trying to pick up just a couple extra yards, and so often you see that just for trying to get a couple extra yards, you get that ball away from you, and that's exactly what happened there, but Haze High Indian offensive line able to jump back on it.
I think Shane Behrens was the one that ended up on top of the football. 2nd down and 8. Indians started this drive on their own 34-yard line. Got it out to the 36 on the fumble recovery. 3 left, 2 right. Handoff Blackman. No keeper. Delton straight up the middle. And they'll get back to the line of scrimmage. In fact, lose a half a yard.
When Connor Rule going down there to block, but kind of a delayed blitz by number 7. That's Dawson Davis, the defensive end, a little bit delayed there. Allowed Connor Rule to get past him, then Dawson Davis had a beeline straight to the backfield.
So the Indians go to 3rd and 9. Isaiah Blackman will be in the backfield. Connor Rule as well. The ball will be spotted on the Indian 35-yard line. It's been tough sledding tonight for the Indians. Kreitzer, Dryden to the right. To the left, Maddox Winter, who has an interception tonight. Snap on 3rd and 9. Delton to throw. Has time. Looking deep for Kreitzer over the middle. Caught at the 40. He'll make a man miss at the 30. 20. In the clear. 10. 5. Touchdown. Haze High Indians. Alex Delton was able to get protection. Kreitzer beat his man deep. 65 yards for the touchdown, and Haze High leads 34-28.
Great protection by the offensive line to give Alex Delton some time. Then he finds Hayden Kreitzer, and Hayden Kreitzer for the second time, I think, puts a stiff arm on Reed, the defensive back, to get in the end zone. That's Hayden Kreitzer's other touchdown. He stiff armed Reed to get in there. He does it exact same thing on this possession.
And now one of the Indians having problems getting their helmet snapped for the extra point here.
Well, after the possessions that Haze High Indians had, probably wasn't ready to go back out after just 2 plays.
Haze High opens up the second half with a touchdown. 2 plays. They go 66 yards and score a touchdown of 65 yards on 3rd down and 9. The extra point holder for the Haze High Indians is Peyton Kiefer. The extra point, the snap down, kick up from Liker is good, and the Haze High Indians lead 35-28. Check out Hayden Kreitzer's numbers tonight. 2 receptions, 125 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
And really the third game in a row that Hayden Kreitzer's just been sensational. This time tonight on offense, but we've seen him be sensational on defense as well in some previous games. And Dustin, I'm not sure, did I have 2 plays or 3 plays on that drive?
3 plays, I'm sorry, 3 plays, yep. Scored on the third down, Hayden to Kreitzer. And the Indians knew that would be a dangerous combo for defenses, and boy, has it ever turned into that. 66 yards on that drive. Haze High leads 35-28. Kansas City Royals fan, bottom of the 4th. Royals lead 4-1 over Baltimore.
Well, on that possession, Haze High Indians did what we talked about coming out of halftime. They found a way to get protection for Alex Delton and figure out a way to block again, which is still a defensive line that's putting 6, 7, almost 8 men on the line of scrimmage for Dodge City.
Well, got time to throw and put it right on the money for Hayden Kreitzer. For Kreitzer, we mentioned that's his second catch tonight, both of them touchdowns. Hayden now has 20 receptions on the year. He had 228 yards on the season, has 125 tonight, and he matches his season touchdown total with 4. That is his 9th career touchdown reception. Likers kickoff, end over end, caught at the 17-yard line. Tyler Trent return at the 20. Slow return at the 30. He'll get hit by a couple of different players. Dylan Flaler is one of the first ones there to make the hit. Also in on the tackle for the Haze High Indians is Hunter Brown and Colton Myers. First down and 10 for Dodge City as the Indians are back up 35-28.
So the Haze High Indian defense did what they needed to do late in the second half and hold Dodge City to a turnover on downs. The Indians come back on offense, get the ball to start the second half. 3 plays, get a touchdown, take the lead back now 35-28.
Ball spotted at the 33 for Caden Walters, who was 17 for 25 in the first half for 238 yards. Play action. It's going to be a keeper by Walters, who almost got the ball taken from him on the handoff and then gets hit hard by Ethan Dieterding at the 37-yard line. It's a gain of 4. Haze High almost took the handoff on that possession.
Well, that's exactly right. And the guy who had the fake to him, it looks like that was Reed again. Reed took a big hit for not getting the ball. Yeah. He's 7 yards back in the field, got a strong hit. He's like, how did I get hit that hard? And I don't even have the ball.
2nd and 6 from the 37-yard line. Gain of 4 by Walters on the keeper. Still in negative yards rushing. He'll play action pass, keep it himself. Indians can't get the sack in the backfield. He'll heave it down the field, way too deep and incomplete. Indians got pressure and then hit Walters as he threw as well. Isaiah Blackman is the one to hit him, and I believe the pressure that time was applied by Peyton Harris at the defensive tackle position.
Well, it got the pressure back in there and forced Caden Walters out, and Caden Walters chose to throw the ball instead of scrambling for it. So
Indians with 4 down linemen to start the second half to their traditional 4-3 lineup.
Brandon Hardwick in there at the defensive tackle.
And Hardwick D-end along with Barons, and the defensive tackles are Peyton Harris and Craig Dreiling. Of course, Braden Delzide out the night. Should be back next week. Hurt in practice earlier this week. 3rd down and 6. Indians need a big stop, get the football back up by 7. Screen pass left side to Trent, and the Indians are there waiting for him, but Trent breaks 1, 2 tackles, gets the ball to the 41-yard line. Tyler Trent at 6'1", 165, plays much bigger than that. He keeps his pad level low, makes him hard to tackle as he gets the ball to the 41. It's a gain of 4, and 4th down for the Red Demons. Looks like they'll punt the football away.
Isaiah Blackman in there recognized the screen and got back there on coverage to at least slow the play down to allow the Indians to come back in and get to a Trent before he picked up the first down.
Barring anything tricky, 3 plays and a punt for the Red Demons. Haze High has blocked a punt tonight, but it looks like the Indians are waiting for the fake, and that's exactly what Dodge City does, and it's a first down for Tyler Trent as he goes out of bounds in Haze High territory at the 46-yard line to keep the drive alive. First down and 10 on the Dodge City fake punt on 4th down. They're 2 for 4 on 4th downs tonight. That one is going to gain 8 yards.
Okay, now the Haze High Indian defense just regroup here. They've been getting good pressure to start this first possession of the second half against Dodge City. Just regroup here a little bit and go back to what they've been doing the first 3 downs.
Trent just his 3rd carry of the night for 19 yards. 1st and 10 from Haze High side of the field. Indians show pressure. Ball is caught. A hook and ladder goes to the far side. Indians are able to read it, and they're throwing out of bounds. Mark Adams.
Really only
the pass play goes for 10, The run goes for an extra 10 down to the 26-yard line. Gain of 20.
And it was a good read. They only picked up 10 additional yards where Dodge City, I think, was running along the sidelines on the far side of the field, thinking they were getting in the end zone on that play, but good play recognition by the Haze High Indian secondary.
Adams gets 10 yards rushing. Reed gets his 7th catch of the night. That one for 10 yards on the hook and ladder. 1st and 10 from the Haze High 26. Walters rolls to his right. Not much pressure this time. Throws down the field. Incomplete flag on the play, and it's coming back. Oh, and the official's going to call it a catch. It doesn't look like it's going to matter. Holding in the backfield.
I don't know how you call that a catch when the ball lands out of bounds.
Yeah, that's the issue here. More so than anything, but looks like it's going to come back regardless. The ball bounced. I think that's what head coach Bill Black is saying. Holding against Dodge City, their 4th penalty of the night.
And I think even with the incomplete, Bo Black's got to push the ball back on the holding penalty and force him into a 1st and 20 situation.
Yeah, you have no choice at this point. 93 yards receiving tonight on 7 catches for Eric Reed, leads the Red Demons. Your scoreboard update brought to you by Haze Kalon. Garden City leading Wichita East at halftime 10-7. Great Bend over Liberal at halftime 14-7. Bueller beating El Dorado, and McPherson beating Winfield by similar 34-0 scores. And at halftime, Clay Center with a 21-20 lead over Abilene. Clay Center, the Tigers, with a pair of kickoff returns for touchdowns. So the ball on the holding penalty backed up to the 40. It is a 14-yard penalty. 1st down, and about 23 yards. Walters to throw. Throws over the middle, incomplete. Bounces in, intended for Dayton McWhorty. And Caden Walters, who started this game 11 for 13 passing, is 8 for his last 16.
Well, he's gotten time the last 2 plays to find a receiver downfield, and what Haze High Indian defense needs to do is really force Caden Walters more out to the far side of the field, which would be his left, and make him throw against his body. That's where Caden's been considerably inconsistent when he's been under pressure, is when he's got to roll to the left side, square up, and come across his body to throw the ball.
2nd and 23 from the Indian 40-yard line. Walters to throw, sets up the screen. It is well executed, but a lineman got in the way of Tyler Trent of catching the football, and it goes incomplete. Intended for Trent, but the left guard, Max Trent, didn't get out of the way. Incomplete pass. 3rd and 23 for Dodge City.
Well, Isaiah Blackman, Dalton Stout, Ethan Deating, all in Caden Walters' face to force the pass quickly on the screen. 3rd and 20 now for Dodge City.
And remember, this is a play where it started with a hold after Dodge City apparently had caught the football at the 15-yard line. Red Demons haven't been stopped on their own much tonight. 4 wide receivers, 3 left, 1 right on 3rd and 23. Walters to throw, has a man deep. It is going to be incomplete, intended for Bryce Unruh. Coverage by Jordan Betts. 4th down for Dodge City, likely to go for it on 4th and 23.
And Ethan Dieterding back in there again to rush Caden Walters on the throw. Again, you give Caden Walters time to find a receiver. Like Alex Delton, he's going to find one, but you rush him and he makes mistakes throwing deep. That time, Ethan Dieterding, good rush on Caden Walters in the backfield.
Already done with 3 quarters. Abilene over Clay Center, 33-21, and Great Bend over Liberal, 20-7. They're done with 3 quarters. We have 8:26 to go in the 3rd. Haze High opened up the half on a 65-yard pass play on 3rd down from Delton to Kreitzer. Dodge City got the football. They went to punt formation, but faked it and got a 1st down. This time they will punt the football on 4th and 23, and Unruh with a great punt that lands at the 10 and then bounces into the end zone.
Well, he caught all of that punt. I mean, he got all of that, and that was going into the end zone, but not a 3-and-out possession for the Haze High Indian defense, an 8-and-out. An 8-and-out because of the fake punt, but still you keep Dodge City out of the end zone, and now Haze High Indians have the opportunity to take a 2-possession lead against Dodge City.
It would be for the first time tonight. Caden Walters, the quarterback, excellent junior quarterback for Dodge City, 2 for 6 on that particular possession. 1st and 10 for the Haze Indians, right to left from the 20-yard line. Indian football brought to you by Haze Kalon, Adams Brown, Barron and Ball, Gibbs Auto Supply, Precision Valley Golf, Simpson Farm Enterprises, Next Tech, and Midwest Energy. Indians went 3 plays and scored a touchdown on a 65-yard pass from Delton to Kreitzer. And Haze High will come out in their stack eye. Tathan Burkhart's the fullback. Connor Rule will go in motion, left and then right. And Blackman is the tailback. To throw, and then Blackman runs into Delton, and he goes down at about the 15-yard line, and Delton gets up a little gingerly.
Wow, that's a play we have not seen all year long from the stack eye formation. Alex Delton going to the drop back, going deep back, and obviously trying to get Dodge City off track. But again, a play we hadn't seen, so you got to assume they just picked that up in practice this week and just not well executed from that new formation.
Trying to catch one-on-one coverage, and Delton is hurting out there with that right leg as he takes the snap on 2nd and 15. Going deep for Keith Dryden. It is going to be tipped away at the last minute on the coverage by Eric Reed, who has to be getting tired, and no Tyler Trent, and he gets a hobbling.
And again, Alex Delton had the ball right on target to Keith Dryden, but that time Reed with good secondary coverage able to tip the ball away. And you're right, Reed goes down awkwardly on his right leg and gets up limping.
Reed goes down and gets up limping. Delton is limping noticeably now after getting tripped on a 1st and 10 play that lost 5. Dodge City bringing the house on 3rd down and 15. Delton throwing deep again for Kreitzer. He makes the catch at the 45 and goes down at the Dodge City 48-yard line to convert on 3rd down and 15.
Caden Kreitzer gained some deep distance against Dayton McWherty, the junior defensive back. Got about 2 yards coverage there, and Alex Delton may be limping a little bit, may have a sore leg, but that's really 2 passes consecutively that he's thrown right on target. The first one to Keith Dryden just guarded perfectly by Reed, but that time Hayden Kreitzer gets separation by a couple yards to pick up the game.
Kreitzer 3 catches, 162 yards. Indians 2 for 2 in the second half on 3rd downs. 2 wide receivers left, 1 to the right. Rule to provide extra protection in the backfield. Going deep for Dryden at the 20, and he dropped the football. And Dryden pounds his fist into the turf, knowing he had a chance to make the catch inside the 20.
We're seeing what the Haze High Indian offensive line is doing now. They're not just like straight blocking across the line of scrimmage. They're actually backing up about 2 or 3 yards to form a pocket for Alex Delton. So they're giving them, the Haze High Indian offensive line is giving themselves a little bit of separation from the defensive line and the linebackers of Dodge City. A little bit of separation to give them time to set up blocks and form a pocket for Alex Delton. And that's the 3rd consecutive play they've been able to do that and give Alex Delton time to get the ball away.
35-28, Indians lead 2nd and 10 from the Dodge City 48. Time to pass again. Delton floods to his right, looks deep for Kreitzer again, makes the catch at the 20, 15, 10, keeps his feet into the end zone. Touchdown, Haze High Indians. Again, Delton to Kreitzer, and a late flag comes onto the play. Probably extra celebration out at the 45-yard line. Haze High takes the 41-28 lead. This time 48 yards from Delton to Kreitzer.
And Kreitzer again getting separation away from Dayton McWherty, again another yard or 2, and then able to break away to get the pass and get into the end zone.
The penalty will come after the touchdown. And so will this be on the extra point or on the kickoff? They're saying it's on Alex Delton.
So we're going to do it on the PIT, but give him the touchdown.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. That's questionable. There's at a certain point, too, where you are talking about 16 through 18-year-old kids who are excited for scoring touchdowns.
You've got to keep the game under the control. So understand the referees what they're trying to do.
The longest extra point of the year for Kyler Liker will be from 35 yards. And this is interesting, too. You may look at a real-life field goal. Liker's kick, his extra point is blocked. It's his first miss after making 30 in a row. No, make that 31 in a row. 41-28 nonetheless, Haze High without, as you said, a 2-possession lead.
Well, and how important that is, because Dodge City's shown they can be productive. But again, 8 plays, but holding Dodge City to a
He is 2-10 tonight. 14 champs tonight in the head all season, 3-2. He now has 10 career touchdowns. And with the catch tonight, 58 career receptions and sneaking up on 750 career receiving yards. He has been on fire with Delta tonight.
Well, how important that's been, because obviously the Dodge City defense is guarding against the long runs of Alex Delton. Alex broken one away, but you can tell the Dodge City is really keen on how important it is for a receiver to be able to be effective.
The Dodge City has to change their defensive strategy now that the Indians are going deep. Liker is going to kick us right down the middle. Recover at the 35-yard line. I don't know if he intended to do that, but in the result, it's at the 35, which would have been a kickoff out of bounds. First and 10 for Dodge City. After the Red Demons have had the ball once in the second half, and they ended up punting the football away.
Here we go. He's saying the defense coming back and getting pressure back against Walters is so important. If they can flush to what is the far side of the field for us to the left side, King Walters making progress is not with those.
3 wide receivers, one to the right, except at the goal line. This is what Dodge City has run all night. Now they're trying to running to the right of quarterback Caden Walters. 252 yards passing tonight, over 1,600 on the season through 5.5 games. Walters passed the cut back to the 35. The 41 to the 46 yard line. He afforded 3. Also 2 for 4 on 4th down, and when does it become 4th down territory for Dodge City and get 41-28 to the Indians. 6:30 the third quarter, 3 quarters to the left, and 30. That's not a 1 miss. I think it's
Good read by those two Haze High Indian defenders.
Ball to the 40-yard line, 2nd and 5. Dodge City's third possession. They've punted on the first 2 of this half. Low snap, under some pressure. Walters is going to go down. Goes down in the backfield. Shane Behrens is going to get credit for the tackle. The pressure applied by Ethan Dieterding, and Walters has been sacked again tonight, this time back at the 32-yard line, loss of 8.
Got to think 5th or 6th sack against Caden Walters tonight. It's got to be.
That is number 6 on the night. He has 14 rushes for minus 30 yards overall tonight. Dodge City rushing the football is at 2 yards on the positive side, or on the negative side. So 3rd and about 13-yard screenplay. Walters under some pressure, and he goes down inside the 20-yard line.
A 15-yard sack.
Peyton Harris, Isaiah Blackman is there. A 7th sack of the night, and this looks just like a complete reversal of roles from the first half.
It certainly does. This, again, we talked about the Haze High Indian defense making corrections to where they were getting pressure like they did early in the first quarter, and that possession looking exactly like the first possession Dodge City had to start the game, where Haze High Indian defense just dominated the line of scrimmage and continually pushed Dodge City backward.
7 sacks tonight for the Haze High Indian defense. Now Haze High coming after this punt. High snap. Unruh nearly had it blocked. He'll get off a nice punt that then angles out of bounds. Haze High is going to get great field position.
Again.
Inside the 40 to the 39, in between the 39 and 38-yard line.
Started the last possession on the 41-yard line of Dodge City. This time getting the ball on the 39-yard line of Dodge City.
That's their second punt of this second half. They lost the ball on a change of possession on downs. The Royals leading Baltimore 5-2, bottom of the fifth, but Orioles just score a run, and it's one out with runners on second and third. Haze High up 49-28. They've already scored 21 points in the third quarter. Delton back out there at quarterback.
In the quickest ankle tape job I've ever seen.
Rule to the left, Blackman to the right, two wide receivers left, and Delton back to pass. Yep. Whistles.
Haze High Indian offensive line a little bit quick off the gun there to give Alex Delton the extra protection. Just going off a little bit early there. And that's where I think you see it with the new center. We've talked about with the new center in there, the protection not being the same for Alex Delton and having a hard time picking up defensive schemes. But that's the type of thing where I think you see it more on offensive line, thinking they've got the read there and just a little bit of time separation for the snap.
That was on first down, so it takes the ball back to the 44-yard line. 1st and 15. Kreitzer comes over to the sideline, gets the play from Coach Bo Black and brings it to the huddle. Indians with a 21-point third quarter after a 21-point second quarter and lead 49-28 over Dodge City. It was 28 at halftime. Winter left, Kreitzer and Dryden to the right, and now Dodge City backs off their pressure. 4 down linemen. They'll put Kreitzer in motion. High snap, handoff to Hayden Kreitzer. Comes left side, 45, 40, spin move. Watch out, Hayden, as he'll get inside the 37 to the 36-yard line, make up the penalty yards, and then tack on a couple of more. He'll get the ball to the 36-yard line. It's a gain of 8 yards for Hayden Kreitzer, his first run of the night.
And you're right. He picks up the penalty yards and now gives the Haze High Indian offense a 2nd and 8. Very makeable, variable, dual, reasonable position there. So picking up the penalty yards, a nice 7-yard gain.
2nd down, and we'll call it 8 yards. 2 blockers to the left in front of Blackman. It's a handoff to Isaiah. He'll go right side, cut back to the middle, 30-yard line, keep his legs turning, and he may have gotten the first down at the 29-yard line.
And look at Dalton Stout coming in to play guard with the shift with Delzide being out, Ethan Dieterding going to center. Dalton Stout comes in, and what does he do from the left guard position? He pulls to bring an added blocker to open up a hole to that side of the line of scrimmage.
3rd and maybe a half a yard for the Haze High Indians. 2 for 2 in the second half on 3rd downs. And 3 for 7 in the game for Isaiah Blackman. That's his 5th run, 53 yards and a pair of touchdowns. 3rd and 1 for Haze High. This is their shortest 3rd down conversion attempt of the night. Behrens jogs off the field to the left. Winter, a lone wide receiver left side, and now some confusion as Blackman lines up left, Rule to the right. Now Blackman will line up behind Delton on this 3rd and 1 play, and now everybody jumps, and boy, that thing was doomed.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm not really sure how they even got that far because they had 12 men in the huddle. Shane Behrens comes off at the end and right in front of the side judge, and I'm not even sure how it got that far. So Haze High Indian defense destined to be back up 5 yards on that play.
3rd and 6, that wasn't pretty for anybody involved. 2:20 and counting third quarter. Indians up 49-28 after the game was tied 28 at halftime. 3rd and 1 turns into 3rd and 6. Haze High's converted on 3rd and 17 for a touchdown, 3rd and 9 for a touchdown, and 3rd and 15 on a 37-yard pass. Extra protection for Delton on 3rd and 6. One-on-one coverage to the right. He'll look that way as he rolls. Delton trying to get down the field. Will stop, back up, throw it down the field, incomplete. And a flag on the play. Again, outside the tackles, and there was a receiver in the end zone. The head official will come over. And the call is going to be intentional grounding, I guess, but they are talking on the sideline and still walking to the near side. It is intentional grounding on Haze High. Well, I kind of had it out for Alex on these last couple of plays. Interesting. Anyway, so it ends up in a sack for Dodge City, a loss of, we'll call it 7 yards, and really for Haze High disappointing because they had 3rd down and 1 from the 30-yard line. Instead, they're punting from their own 49-yard line after their 3rd penalty on that drive, and the snap goes high. Burkhart goes back to recover it, and he'll just go down.
That's a 2nd high snap in a row on a punt for the Haze High Indians there. And both. Last one costly, gave the Dodge City the ball on right at the 5-yard line. This one's going to give Dodge City the ball on the 28-yard line, where really Haze High has had the momentum now in this third quarter, scoring 21 points, holding Dodge City scoreless. Dodge City now deep into Haze High Indian territory with 1:48 left in the third quarter.
That play for Haze High results in a loss of 20 yards. The two snafus for Haze High have resulted in a loss of 34 yards tonight. So Dodge City with the football back in Haze High territory at the 31. Handoff, Trent, left side, big hole. Rule hits him from behind. Then he gets hit on the front side by the Haze High Indians' Maddox Winter. It's a gain to the 27-yard line. Gain of 4 yards, 3rd down and 6. Walters rolls out to his right. Catch is made by Mark Adams and forced out of bounds at the 21. This will be right on the first down marker here.
And really now you've seen Dodge City go back to more kind of a hurry, rush type passing offense that led them to be successful in the second quarter of this game.
And the officials will... Well, they brought the ball back in from the sideline to the hash mark. And now are they going to measure?
Yeah, the clock
Instead,
stopped.
well,
Clock stopped
here's the thing, and here's where both coaches are going to be upset. The ball went out of bounds on the near sideline. That's where it needs to be spotted and bring the chains out. Instead, it's spotted at the hash mark. Bases loaded now, bottom of the 5th inning. The Royals lead 5-2, and James Shields with one out trying to get out of the inning.
Be a couple inches short.
So 3rd and a half yard. Dodge City is 0 for 4 in the second half on 3rd down attempts. This one from the 21-yard line in what is definitely 4-down territory. Indians lead 49-28. This has been a long game. Second quarter took 52 minutes. Third quarter is going on 38 minutes. After what? A first quarter was really pretty quick. Still that spread formation on 3rd and a half yard. Trent to the right side of Walters. Walters will step back to throw. Pump fake over the middle. Wide open is Mark Adams for the 21-yard touchdown completion. And it's 49-34.
Well, in that time, the Haze High Indian defense were clearly thinking that Caden Walters was going to run with the ball in such a short yardage situation and backed off their coverages, and a receiver able to get deep in the secondary with 5 yards behind the closest defender for Haze High.
Mark Adams unofficially tonight now with 68 yards receiving and the touchdown, his 4th of the season. And the extra point is on the way and good for the Red Demons. 49-35. Haze High back up by 2 scores with 1:07 remaining in the third quarter. And again, special teams leading to the Red Demons scoring a short field touchdown.
Well, that's exactly right. The second consecutive high snap on a punt that the Haze High Indians lost considerable yardage on. Dodge City taking advantage and capitalizing off both of those opportunities. Now the Haze High Indian offense, that really coming off a really poor and unproductive 3-and-out situation, regroup and get back into how they started this quarter, how they started this second half, with good blocking and giving Alex Delton some time to throw the ball.
Touchdowns are aplenty tonight at Lewis Field Stadium, 49-35, and there is still a whole fourth quarter to go, 1:07 to go here in the third. Indian football brought to you by Discovery Drilling, Burwell Construction and Roofing, Progressive Physical Therapy, Dr. Stephen Larson, and Black Hawk Tank Service. Shields gets a strikeout looking, and then a line drive to right field, and the Baltimore Orioles are about to tie this ball game up.
I'll tell you what, Alex Delton's coming back out on the field. You would think with the injured right ankle that they'd give him a little bit of rest, but I suppose there isn't much risk. The Dodge City kickers eluded the ball, kept the ball away from Alex Delton. You can't imagine that he's going to want to kick it towards him on this particular kick.
Well, maybe with his injury, they do want to kick it to him. Royals lead 5-4, big bottom of the fifth inning, and the kicker will send it the direction of Hayden Kreitzer. Kreitzer to return from the 14-yard line, goes right side, 20, cuts it up the field, then to the right hash marks 25. Gets near the 28-yard line and brought back from there. Haze High, 1st and 10. They scored touchdowns on their first 3 possessions of the second half.
Really,
and then punted on their last one.
Yeah, and really disappointing the last time because they got the ball at the Dodge City 31 and actually got it to where they had a 3rd and 1 situation, and then a penalty backs them up, and then they're going to put punting situation again, the bad snap. So Haze High Indian offense only really one bad possession here in this second half, in this third quarter. They can get back on track here. They're up by 2 touchdowns.
Haze Kalon scoreboard update. Indians' opponent next week, Bueller, put 60 up on El Dorado tonight in a 60-7 win. They have won 5 games in a row. No extra protection blocking. 2 tight ends to the right side this time for Delton. He's going to hand it off in the backfield. Comes near side for Betts. Betts at the 30. Cuts it up to the 35 and across the 35 to the 36-yard line.
There's a nice run by Jordan Betts. He really designed play to go very far to the right side of the field, and Jordan Betts just kind of stops and shifts back up to the middle. Picks up 8 yards on that first down play.
Ball advanced from the 28-yard line to the 36. Haze High with the 49, 35 lead. 30 seconds to go in what could be the final play of the third quarter. Delton will have Connor Rule to his right. Dodge City not pressuring the line of scrimmage like they did. Opens up some running lanes for Rule. Goes left side 40. 2 hands on the footballs. Dodge City tugs at that ball, and he gets to the 43-yard line. Nice run for Connor Rule, who hasn't carried the ball in 2 games. Well, this game and the game prior, gets out to the 43-yard line. It's a gain of 7 for Rule.
Well, I'll tell you what, that's an interesting play because they Dodge City had offsetted the line, their defense towards the near side of the field, and Alex Delton had the opportunity to fake that ball to Connor Rule and have an open field to the far side and pick up some yardage there. So real dual opportunity situation.
We'll go to the fourth quarter. Indians up by 2 scores, 49-35 over Dodge City. This is Haze High Indian football.
Church of Haze, helping you enjoy life. Carpet One of Haze Vitstum Decorating Center, providing you with quality service selection and value since 1945. Thomas More Prep Marion, worlds of opportunity, investing for eternity. Discovery Drilling, serving central and western Kansas for over 19 years. Paul Wurtenberger Construction, building dreams for over 30 years. Service Master Clean of Haze, from the major accidents to the minor incidents. Service Master Clean of Haze. Home Oil and Supply, serving the Haze area since 1963. Lifetime Dental Care, providing your family health, function, and beauty. Insurance Planning, insurance for the way you work and live. Swift Services, Ted and Shelley Fuchs are proud to support area youth. Haze Chevrolet, they have a huge selection of brand new Chevy cars, trucks, vans, SUVs, and a great selection of pre-owned vehicles. M&D Incorporated, building the backbone of our community.
We move along to the fourth quarter. The Haze High Indians lead Dodge City 49-35. Dodge City backing off of their defensive line pressure allows the Indians to run up the middle on the last 2 plays.
You know, we were asking at a timeout, last time out, we were asking, what Dodge City's going to do now that Haze High Indians been throwing the ball deep, and you're right, they back off.
Kreitzer in motion. Delton keeps it up the middle instead, takes a defender head on, and will get just shy of midfield to the 49-yard line. And for as quickly as Haze High can score, it would be nice to see the Indians milk the clock a little bit here. For Delton, tough night tonight. 17 carries, 47 yards. Thanks to that 70-yard touchdown run, he's on the positive side of things tonight.
Dawson Davis well in the backfield there, really keying off Alex Delton, but looked to me like he was lined up about a yard offside.
Call it a gain of 6 to the 49-yard line. 2nd down and 4, just behind the midfield stripe. 2 blockers to the left, Blackman to the right, hand off to Isaiah. Goes left side, gets into Dodge City territory to the Dodge City 49-yard line. Picks up 2, and a big 3rd down coming up for Haze High. Blackman, 6 carries tonight, 55 yards, a pair of touchdowns, including a 41-yard run. Haze High tonight on 3rd down, 3 for 8. This one is 3rd down and about 2.5 yards. We'll call it 3rd and 3. 2 wide receivers left, 2 to the right. Indians have Connor Rule in the backfield for this 3rd down play from the Dodge City 49-yard line, leading by 2 scores, and the Indians, Hayden Kreitzer just takes off. And he was the only one to do so. And so Haze High had 3rd and 1 on their previous possession, and false started. for a 3rd and 6 and didn't convert. Now on 3rd and 3, they false start for a 3rd and 8.
Well, that's exactly right. Hayden Kreitzer just taking off early. And, boy, I'm looking at the middle of this line right now, and Dodge City's put in number 79, Andrew Barnes. He's a senior, 250 pounds, 6'2", to stuff up the middle part of the line of scrimmage.
3rd and 8. Indians from their own 46-yard line now, and this play taking a while to come in from the sideline. Indians set the formation with 10 on the play clock. Haze High has to hurry up. Delton, 2 wide receivers right, 2 blockers that way as well. Kreitzer goes in motion to the far side. Delton will keep to that left side. Got Kreitzer as a lead blocker. 1st down, and he goes out of bounds in Dodge City territory. Hayden Kreitzer took the fake handoff, goes to the left side, and is the lead blocker, and Haze High has a 1st down at the Dodge City 43-yard line.
And Alex Delton leaves a Dodge City defender down on the ground. It looks like a Noah Williams, that good defensive end for Dodge City, making a dive for Alex Delton, and he comes up injured. He's limping with his head down. My guess is he will get pulled out for this particular play, and there he goes off the field.
He does indeed go out of the ball game, and it brings in.
Nope, they are leaving him in. Wow. They are leaving him in, and he is.
They brought in Burnaby Rincon, the left tackle. 1st and 10 for Haze High from the 42-yard line. Handoff, Rule, right side, big hole 40. 35 as he lowers the shoulder, and he runs through the tackle of the before-mentioned Jet Ostrom.
Well, I'll tell you what, Noah Williams, the right defensive end for Dodge City, is holding his side, and he's limping around. And if the Haze High Indian coaching staff is seeing that, they're going to go right at him on this next play.
Delton was marked down at the 42 on that previous play. He got one more yard than he thought. He has 18 carries, 60 yards, most carries he's had in a ball game since the Olathe Northwest victory. 2nd and 4, Indians keeping it on the ground right now. Ball from the 35-yard line, left to right. Handoff goes to Rule, makes a man miss in the backfield. What a move to even get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all he'll get. Set up 3rd down and 3.
Well, it'd be nice 3rd and 3 with close to picking up the 1st down if we're not having an illegal procedure penalty or any other type of 5-yard penalty to back it up like we've had on the last 2 possessions or last 2 situations for Haze High.
Agreed, Kurt David. 3rd and 3. Haze High trying to A, burn clock, and B, score a touchdown, leading 49-35. This possession started with a little over a minute remaining in the 3rd quarter. Stack I formation on 3rd and 3. Under center is Delton trying to get Dodge City to jump off sides. Now Rule goes in motion to the right side. Toss to Blackman. Right side gets tripped, dives for the 1st down, and he's going to come up, according to the near side official, 2 yards short of the 1st down.
Yep, he's going to come up short. He just got tripped up and tried to dive for it, but got tripped up a little bit short.
Dawson Davis again diving for the tackle.
Again, and obviously the Haze High Indian coaching staff not seeing Noah Williams, who still really kind of got his hands on his hips and still suffering from that dive of Alex Delton on the long run that picked up a 1st down about 3 or 4 plays ago.
4th and a yard and a half. We'll call it 4th and 2 because the Indians with the ball on the 33-yard line need to get just shy of the 31. Again, that stack eye. Tathan Burkhart, the fullback. Barons, the tight end to the right. And timeout, Haze High.
Boy.
Did not like the look of this as Dodge City lined up 10 guys inside the box. Indians will use a timeout on 4th down and 1. Really in no man's territory because if you punt the ball here, the most you're picking up is 11 yards in field position. You give the ball to him at the 31 instead of the 20. Not a lot of difference.
Well, and the punting game's been a little exciting on the last 2 punts for Haze High, so heck, go for it on 4th and 1.5.
Haze High Indian football tonight is being brought to you by Bon Appetit, Roof Masters, RM Custom Metals, Canterbury Oral and Maxillofacial Surgery, Shelter Insurance Agent Dustin Shoemaker, Steel Fabrications, Classic Quality Body Shop, Whole Broadcasting, HazePost.com, and Eagle Communications, our community connected. What a ball game in Haze tonight. It's a long one, but Haze High holds a 49-35 lead. Haze High scored 21 points in the 2nd and 3rd quarters.
When you talk about Haze High Indians trying to burn some clock, being pretty effective at it at this point with 6 plays, taking almost 5 minutes off the clock, including the 58 seconds, the last 58 seconds of the 3rd quarter.
And everything's been on the ground so far because Dodge City's backing off of bringing 6 guys up the middle. They got beat over the top 1 too many times. and decided that, hey, this Alex Delton kid can actually throw the football pretty well.
Well, if they're going to put 8 guys on the line of scrimmage and Haze High's going to line up in the stack eye formation, look for that screen pass to Shane Behrens or one of the backs.
Watch Haze High to shift in this potentially. Delton comes under center. Behrens to the right. Rule goes in motion on 4th and 1. Toss right side to Blackman. First down at the 30. He'll get to the 25. Keep his feet turning to the 24-yard line. And the Haze High Indians convert on 4th and 2. And Blackman picks up the first down. That's just power football, moving to the 24-yard line on a gain of 8 yards.
Nothing like picking up 7 yards on a 4th and 1.5 or a 4th and 2 situation. Isaiah Blackman attacked the hole, hit the hole quickly, got through the front line that had, 8 men for Dodge City on it.
Indians to the 25-yard line. Now 6 for 11 on 4th downs this season. Again, back to the stack eye. Double tight formation. Toss right side. Goes in the hands of Blackman. 20, 15 right sideline, 10. Man on his back at the 5 and gets taken down there. Officially marked down at the 6-yard line. 19-yard run for Isaiah Blackman.
You know, Coach Black talked in pregame about how different guys have stepped up all season long, and now Isaiah Blackman, we've really seen it tonight. We've seen it on now his 2nd consecutive run on this possession, but we saw it also on his touchdown run in the first half. And what's important, another first down and another opportunity to hold the ball for 3 plays, if not 4, for the Haze High Indians.
And Dodge City sees this as an opportunity to take a timeout. And Haze High, this stack eye offense is so different from the beginning of the season. Earlier in the year, it was supposed to be Shane Behrens at fullback. It was supposed to be the motion back Connor Rule, and Connor Rule is going to be the tailback in that whole situation. Shane Behrens, the motion back, and the fullback was going to be Dalton Stout.
And how many?
629 rough pounds between those 3. Well, then the Freddie Haynes got hurt. Trenton Floor, the tight end, both tight ends got hurt, so Shane Behrens has to go back out to the tight end formation. It brings Dalton Stout at fullback, Connor Rule at the motion back, and then Adam Klaus is the tailback. Isaiah Klaus gets hurt. So then
Adam Klaus gets hurt.
So Isaiah Blackman is the tailback. And then the injury to Braden Delzite takes Dalton Stout from fullback to left guard, so Tathan Burkhart is the fullback now.
And what's interesting about that, Coach Black early in the season said it's going to take 4 or 5 games for this Indian offense to get used to it. It's taken deep in the season now because of injuries and players getting moved around.
Stack eye formation, tied into the right side, Rule in motion, 1st and goal from the 6. Toss right side, Blackman, he gets hit in the backfield this time. He'll still get within a yard of the original line of scrimmage just by fighting his way there. Mark Adams comes crashing in for the tackle.
Still, now their 9th play. They picked up 3 first downs on this drive, and they're inking off another minute off the clock.
Well, that's just it. For Haze High right now, it's more of a time issue than it is a scoring issue, being up 49-35. This drive is taken up now, coming up on 9 minutes. They took over the ball with 1:07 remaining after the Dodge City turnover. There's 7:05 to go in the contest now. Stack eye on 2nd and goal from the 7. Delton under center. Play action, gets hit and dropped in the backfield. That's a great tackle by Stephen Bartle, the linebacker, blitzing in, and it's a tackle on a loss back to the 14.5-yard line. It's a loss of 8 on the play. 3rd and goal from the 14.
Well, you talk about being a time deal, but there is still 6 minutes and 40 seconds left on the clock here. Haze High Indians need to get points on the board from this possession, or it's going to become one of those ifs and buts things if Dodge City gets the ball back and gets a quick score.
Well, here you go. 3rd and goal from the 14. Wide receiver right. Jordan Betts onto the field late. Still 13 on the play clock. 2 wide receivers left. Winner to the left side. Kreitzer in the slot. Rule to the left side of Delton on 3rd and goal from the 14. Trying to get Dodge City to jump. Play clock down to 2, down to 1, and Haze High will take a timeout. Take as much time off that clock, down to 6:12 remaining on a drive that started with 1:07 to go in the 3rd quarter. Haze High down to 1 timeout.
And that was their 2nd timeout of this half taken.
3rd and goal from the 14-yard line. And for Haze High, Kurt David, this may be also a play where, yes, you look to convert, try to get the touchdown, but also just keep the clock going no matter what to force Dodge City to use their 2nd timeouts.
Well, yeah, but Coach Black's got an interesting situation here. Does he keep the ball on the ground to keep the clock moving, make Dodge City use their timeouts, or do you see this as an opportunity to put further points on the board? In which case, at this point, you really got to think you've got to pass that ball into the end zone.
Let's see if you can't maybe get a chunk of it here and then an easier fourth down potentially.
But we've seen Isaiah Blackman with a long run in the first half. We saw Alex Delton with his speed in the first half. So I guess in this particular case, the Dodge City defense has got to protect both the run and the pass.
Second quarter tonight took 52 minutes. The third quarter well over 40. The fourth quarter has taken 12 minutes so far. There's 6:12 to go in the game, and Haze High has kept this thing on the ground. They have not gone to the air on this drive yet. Extra protection for Delton. Rule and Blackman in front to his left and right, and Haze High jumps on third down again.
Well, that time they jump on a 3rd and 14.
And you have to score a touchdown. It's goal to go. Indians had first down and goal from the 6, lost a yard, lost 8 yards, and now the penalty, losing 5 more. So 3rd and goal from the 19-yard line. 2 wide receivers left, including Kreitzer, who has 3 touchdown catches tonight. To the right is going to be Keith Dryden. He has one-on-one coverage over there.
Now the Dodge City defense is coming.
Yep, Dodge City shifting around. No safety help over top. They're bringing the blitz. They're bringing the house as Delton lines up for Keith Dryden for the end zone. Tipped away at the last minute by Mark Adams. The backup cornerback will make it 4th down and goal from the 19-yard line. Delton tonight passing 6 for 15, but for 272 yards and 3 scores.
And Alex Delton getting the ball away quick. Keith Dryden just not enough time or enough distance to be able to get some separation away from Adams.
Haze High will go for it. They converted on 4th and 2 on this drive. Now 4th and goal from the 19-yard line. 2 wide receivers left. Dodge City backs off the pressure this time. Show 2 down linemen, 2 standing D ends. Clock stopped at 6:08. Haze High with a 49-35 lead. Delton barks out the signals to the offensive line. He'll take the snap, drop back to pass, looking left, looking deep to Kreitzer, overthrows him and incompletes. And Haze High will lose the ball on a change of possession on downs for a 3rd time tonight, 2nd time in the second half.
And Alex Delton well protected there, but the Dodge City defensive line not giving him an outlet to scramble and try to run for extra yardage downfield. So turnover on downs. Plus side here is only 6 minutes and 2 seconds left. So Haze High Indians holding that ball for just over 7 minutes on that 12-play possession.
7 minutes and roughly 5 seconds on a drive that results in a change of possession on downs, but you also hold a 2-score lead. Dodge City with two timeouts remaining takes over the football on their own 19-yard line. Walters to throw over the middle to Reed. Reed makes the catch, tackled from behind, clear out to the 35-yard line.
And Walters hit hard after he made that pass, but again able to get the ball off. Just enough time to find Reed open.
Reed's 8th catch of the night. And Walters is 24 for 38 passing for over 300 yards now. 16-yard gain, drops back to pass, caught by Unruh at the 50, 40-35, giving chase. The Haze High Indians will make the tackle at the 35-yard line. 30-yard completion to Unruh.
And now again, we talked about on the last possession, Dodge City going to the quick release throws because of the added pressure, the pressure the Haze High Indian defense is getting back in the backfield.
From their own 35 to the Indian 35, Walters to throw, has time, deep over the middle to Reed. It is incomplete and out of his hands. Had to make a diving attempt for it, and Haze High now can take a deep breath and relax for a second.
Well, that's what they need, is a deep breath and relax to kind of regroup here. 2 plays have moved the ball 45 yards down the field to the 35-yard line of Haze High Indians.
335 yards passing tonight for Caden Walters. He's 25 for 40. Under some pressure, gets hit as he throws on a pass that is incomplete to the running back, Tyler Trent, as the Indians bring pressure into the backfield. It was Ethan Dieterding, Brandon Hardwick, 3rd and 10 for Dodge City. This is their 15th 3rd down conversion attempt of the night in what is obviously 4-down territory.
Was that also Isaiah Blackman in there playing some good defense? That guy's played both offensively and defense well tonight.
A lot of these guys are doing more of that because of the injuries. Dalton Stout, one of those. 2 wide receivers right, 2 to the left, different formation as Walters drops back to pass. Under some pressure, throws over the middle. It is caught inside of the 10 by Dayton McGorty. Tackled by Hayden Kreitzer down to the 7-yard line. Converts on 3rd and 10 for 28 yards.
And that really the first time Caden Walters got good protection, solid protection, and plenty of time to find the open receiver. And boy, he's got an accurate, fast arm when he's got that kind of protection.
Just a junior, 6'1", 183. 1st and goal from the 8 over the middle. Incomplete, intended for wide receiver Eric Reed. Walters now 26 for 42 on the evening, and Dodge City, even on the incomplete pass, hustling back to the line of scrimmage once again. 363 yards of offense for Dodge City tonight. 2nd and goal, 363 yards passing for Caden Walters tonight. Almost this whole offense is juniors. 2 seniors on the offensive line. 3 wide receivers left, 1 to the right. Walters looks left, now over the middle. It is tipped and incomplete. And tipping it is Jordan Betts.
Boy, this 70 yards. Haze High Indians hold the ball for 6 minutes, turn the ball over on downs. Dodge City hasn't even had the ball for a minute yet. They've driven the ball down 70 yards or more.
The Kansas City Royals almost throw the ball away on a double steal. 5-4. Royals leave in the bottom of the 6th inning in Baltimore. Now Dodge City taking a lot of time for this play. Play clock down to 15. 3 wide receivers right. 3rd and goal from the 7. Walters takes the snap. Play action. No, he'll hand off to Trent. Trent looks over the middle of the field. He'll run it to the 5. That was supposed to be a pass back to the quarterback on the left side, but the Indians got to Trent too quickly. He'll pick up 2, just his 6th carry of the night.
Boy, I hope somebody on the Haze High Indian defense saw that, because Caden Walters was looking for that ball to come back to him, and it hadn't been any kind of a throw at all.
They ran that play against Wichita Heights for a touchdown earlier this year.
Well, it would have been a touchdown even on a poorly thrown ball on that particular play, because there was no Haze High Indian defender covering Caden Walters.
4th and goal from the 5. Walters will hand off to Trent. He'll go to the right side, hit the edge. He won't get there. Hayden Kreitzer knocks Trent out of bounds, and now a flag on the play. Trent gets up slowly. Surely this is not, if this is after the play, it's Haze High football. Surely that's not a late hit out of bounds.
Boy, Trent went too far back in the backfield to be able to pick up the yardage to get into the end zone on that particular play.
The official runs to the middle of the field. It was 4th and goal from the 5. Trent picks up a yard. We're still waiting on word from the official. And Haze High is going to be penalized, or are they?
Question is,
unsportsmanlike conduct on Haze High. It'll be Indian football as a change of possession on downs. Dodge City loses control of the football as they only pick up 2 yards on 4th down.
7 plays, 3 first downs, get 80 yards down the field. But the Haze High Indian defense holds just in time.
On running plays. And I think both of those, they are trying to pass it back to the left side, but the Haze High Indians come up with the play.
Now on the 1-yard line with 4:34 left.
Indians need to get out of the shadow of the goalpost. That stack eye formation. Delton under center. He'll just keep it himself, drive his legs forward, and pick up maybe a couple of yards. Royals fans, things getting dicey. 5-5, bottom of the 6th.
Quarterback sneaked there, but picked up an important 3 yards to give a little bit more space for the Haze High Indian offense to do something here. 4 minutes and 16 seconds, and Dodge City not electing to use their timeouts yet.
They have 2 timeouts remaining. Did not use that one on that drive. 49-35, Indians with the 14-point lead. 21 points. 3rd quarter gave them the big lead, and as everybody was getting ready to get set, Delton held the offensive line up until the clock gets under 10. 2nd down and 7. Toss right side for Isaiah Blackman, who gets out to the 5.
Tosses it to Isaiah Blackman in the end zone.
Yeah. That's why you work on these things in practice, right, Kurt? Ball, gain of 2. to the 5-yard line. 84 yards on 11 carries for Isaiah Blackman. 3rd down and 6 for the Haze High Indians. Indians on the evening are just 4 for 11 on 3rd downs. A conversion here, and you force Dodge City to start using their timeouts. 3:20 to go in the game. Indians up by 2 scores. Haze won't set the offensive line until there's 10 on the play clock. That stack eye formation on 3rd and 6 from the Indians' own 5. Toss right side Blackman. Blackman will cut it to the outside, make one man miss, get to the line of scrimmage, and be driven backwards from there. No gain on the play. Now Dodge City will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts.
On now a 4th down from the 4-yard line, so Haze High Indians will punt here, but with 2 minutes and 58 seconds left, and the Haze High Indians up by 14 points.
Well, and here comes maybe the most important special team snap of the night. Twice they've gone over the top of punter Tathan Burkhart's head, and this one is will be in the end zone.
Well, I'll tell you what, Dustin, let's think about this for a minute here. How bad would that be? It'd be a 2-point safety,
True.
And you get a free kick from the 20.
You're right. In a, 14-point ball game, 49-35.
Because you figure now, even with a good punt, Dodge City's going to get the ball in Indian territory, probably around the 40-yard line.
I'm with you, Kurt. That makes perfect sense to me. When Kansas City had a 5-1 lead, and for Baltimore, it's 5-5, bottom of the 6th.
2 points. To give up 2 points, it's 12 points. It's still a two-possession, two-scoring game.
Pick up, about 50 yards in field position?
Yeah.
See what Haze High elects to do here. Burkhart in the punt formation. For Tathan, this will be his first punt of the second half because he had to go back and recover a fumbled snap that went over his head. Stands about 2 yards from the back of the end zone. And the snap to Burkhart, and the Indians will punt it away. And Burkhart gets off a good punt. Taken by McGorty at the 41-yard line. Right side return, stiff arm, and he's taken down by the jersey. Garrett Fonensteel gets the special teams tackle. Dodge City football at the Haze High Indian 38-yard line.
So Dodge City has a ball down 2 touchdowns with 2 minutes and 50 seconds left from the Haze High Indian 38-yard line.
Dodge City with 1 timeout remaining.
With only just a Western Athletic Conference championship on the line here.
And a great ball game here at Lewis Field Stadium. 3 wide receivers left, Adams, McGorty, and Reed. 1 to the right is Unruh. Walters, 40-plus pass attempts tonight. Rolls out to his left, looking back to the right. Wide open man, touchdown Dodge City. Unruh will get into the end zone, and it is a 1-possession ball game with 2:43 remaining. That pass play goes for 38 yards.
Boy, that really wouldn't have mattered if Haze High Indians had 30 or 40 more yards down the field or had pushed Dodge City back farther down the field. That Unruh was wide open on that particular play, and Caden Walters had no problem finding him.
His 3rd catch of the night, and they've all come in the second half. It is his 4th touchdown catch of the season, and we have a 49-41 ball game pending the extra points.
And you got to ask yourself how important that 2-point conversion was.
And it's a fake. It's going to be rolling to the right side, the seldom used Stephen Bartle, who chucks it into the end zone for a 2-point conversion. Interesting call to make it 49-43. Dodge City obviously playing here, and you know they'll be going for an onside kick.
That's exactly right. Boy, we talked about it earlier where the Haze High Indians had the ball inside the red zone for Dodge City. He said, it's 3rd down, but you got to get points on the board or this thing could quickly become one of those ifs and buts. If Haze High would have scored there, what would have happened? And that's a situation we're in now with 2:43 left. And what was a 21-point game late in the 3rd quarter has quickly become 6-point difference with Dodge City showing some momentum on their last 2 possessions.
Well, Dodge City, will line up here for a onside kick. Haze High scored 21 consecutive points to go up 49-35, 49-28, and now 15 points from Dodge City, thinking that if they get the onside kick, you need a touchdown and just the extra point to win the ball game.
So Shane Barron's up there. Jordan Betts is up there on the front line. Bryce Bumgarn up there on the front line. Looks like Colton Myers up there on the front line. So some guys that know how to touch the ball and handle it.
And on onside kicks, a new rule in high school football, it still has to be a nearly even number of guys on each side of the line. It can't be overstacked to one side. It's a new rule in high school football, so everybody's keen on it. Looks like Dodge City is. It'll be a onside kick. Dodge City within 6 points. The kick is going to go right into the hands of the Haze High Indians. Colton Myers, who's been a special team star tonight. It went straight into his hands, and he went straight to the ground. Excellent play by Colton.
Near midfield, 2 minutes and 42 seconds left, and Dodge City down with only one timeout left.
Well, and Dodge City, you have to imagine, is coming hard at this football, trying to cause negative plays. They, as you said, Kurt, have one timeout left. 49-43, Indians lead. 15 straight points for Dodge City has brought them back within 6. Dryden, wide receiver right, and here comes Dodge City stacking that line of scrimmage again. 2 blockers left, Rule and Barons. Delton has Blackman to his right, and then Maddox Winter, wide receiver, to the left. 1st and 10 from the 49. It's a keeper. Delton, right side, midfield. 45, 40, 30, 20, 10. Touchdown, Haze High Indians. 51 yards. What ankle injury. I'm in the house. Touchdown for Alex Delton.
Well, Alex Delton's got the speed to outrun any Dodge City defender, but when you put that many people on the line of scrimmage for Dodge City and Alex Delton breaks through that first line of defense, it's off. He is off. He is off. He comes up limping a little bit back, but he isn't hurt too bad.
Takes him about 9 seconds. Now Haze High is going to try to make up the extra point that Dodge City, when they went for 2. Indians are 1 for 1 on 2-point conversions tonight and 2 for 2 on the season. One play, 51 yards on a bum wheel.
Dodge City coaching staff scratching their heads as how does that happen when we've got that many people stacking up the line of scrimmage and Alex Delton finds a hole.
They went right side against that overstack to the left, and this time it's a flag. Oh, and Haze High had the play drawn up well. False start, Haze High. So Dodge City scores on one play, 38-yard touchdown pass, Walters to Unruh. Haze High scores one play, 51 yards. And that play, the touchdown run, set up because Colton Myers was able to snag the football on the onside kick.
And smartly went immediately to the ground with it.
Kreitzer to the left for this 2-point conversion attempt. Indians go stack guy with Barons, the tight end to the right. Delton will put Rule in motion. Drop back to pass, look over the middle on the slant, and into the end zone. Hayden Kreitzer dives for the 2-point conversion, getting his jersey pulled on as he was trying to make the catch. 2-point conversion is good.
Jersey's being pulled on while Hayden Kreitzer's making the catch, and then gets into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. Haze High now up 57 to 43 with 2:33 left. So only 20 seconds or so, only 17 seconds run off the clock there by the Haze High Indians, but how important it was for them to pick up the 7 points.
Well, you feel a little bit more comfortable, but with the ability of these Dodge City Red Demons to score so quickly, nothing is for sure yet. It takes a touchdown and an onside kick, and it's a different ball game. Haze High going to have to make sure they cover this kickoff return. Kalon scoreboard update for you tonight. Finals, Great Bend beats Liberal 28-14. Great Bend now 2-4 and 1-3 in the league. Liberal, that long Western Athletic Conference losing streak, still intact. Buhler beats El Dorado 60-7. Abilene beats Clay Center 39-21. Abilene, who the Indians will see in 2 weeks, are the North Central Kansas League champions.
So Buhler scores 60 points, who the Indians will face next week. Haze High picks up 60 points. So let me tell you, think it's a little tougher to score 60 points against Dodge City or El Dorado?
Say that again. I'm trying to catch my breath.
I'm saying Haze High's picking up almost 60 points. Buhler did, but would you? What do you think's harder, picking it up against Dodge City or El Dorado?
I don't even have to answer that. Kick by Liker. It's touched at the 20. Live ball at the 21. Returned onto the near side by Eric Reed. Well, you have to like the way that Eric Reed plays. He plays on special teams, starts both ways. Reed 5'11", 157. And Kurt, this Dodge City team is all juniors. 2 starters on the offensive line. They have that are seniors. They have a few more seniors on the senior side, but wow, what a team.
Tell them if you want to win a Western Athletic Conference championship, you best be getting it done tonight.
Yeah, Dodge City is going to be tough to beat. They are already this year 4-1 and feel like they should be 5-0. Losing to Wichita Heights late in the ball game. So Dodge City has the football back. They're going to roll right. Walters looking down the field. Flag on the play. This is coming back for a hold as Adams makes the catch and gets out of bounds at the 43-yard line. But a hold in the backfield is going to wipe off that gain. Hold at the 29. It'll result in about a 15-yard penalty.
Well, I can tell you who the hold wasn't on. It wasn't on Rincon, number 66, the senior defensive tackle, because Ethan Dieterding blew past him to put pressure back on Caden Walters.
Haze High trying to move to 6-0 on the season. And then come the real games, so to speak, as you get district play. 3 games, it's a sprint at the end of the season to get into the playoffs.
Well, I'll tell you what, people were saying this was just another game for the Haze High Indians. It's not. Bo Black, what a statement he can make coming to Haze High Indians and getting a Western Athletic Conference championship in his first year. And a 4A team winning the Western Athletic Conference? How cool is that?
Wouldn't have convinced me if, of course, I didn't think Haze High would have been the 4A team either. 57-43, Indians with a 2-touchdown lead on the Alex Delton 51-yard run. Walters rolls out to his left, throws back to his right, pass is tipped, and one-hand interception by Behrens, and he'll go into the end zone. Touchdown, Haze High Indians.
Shane Behrens, a one-handed catch behind his back, reaching behind his back, pulls it in with one hand and then gets the pick 6 to effectively end this game and put a Western Athletic Conference championship in the trophy case for the Haze High Indians in 2014.
You will not see a better play than that anywhere in the state of Kansas tonight. The ball was tipped. Shane Behrens, the young sophomore, goes up one-handed. It's a one-hand interception, and for the second time this year, Behrens with a pick 6. Had one against Great Bend.
One hands it behind his back and then has the wherewithal to recognize that he's uncovered and get into the end zone.
What a play. Extra point from Leiker on the way. Just gets it over the crossbar and good.
And he's back to making PATs. The streak is now back.
64-43. What an interception.
This score is going to get some attention around the state.
We mentioned earlier that Homes by Cornerstone donating $25 per touchdown to the Tomahawk Club, which is the Haze High Indian Football Booster Club. Get the calculator out. Haze High has 64 points tonight. And this is Haze High with 64 tonight, had 57 last week, 42 against Liberal and Garden City. Great Bend had 49 against Olathe Northwest had 12. This probably sounded like a great plan when the Indians scored 12 points.
Cornerstone Billers, thank you. You're great supporters, Mr. Kinky. This is a great thing you're doing here, and how neat it is to see the Haze High Indians now well in control of this game against Dodge City, and they're going to go into district play preparation with a Western Athletic Conference championship.
Second pick 6 of the year by defensive end Shane Behrens. What a play. 64-43, Leiker to kick off again. He's going to have to ice that leg after the game. Kick comes near side. This time it is going to be Reed returning. Big hole 30, 35-40. He'll get hit by 2 different players and taken out of bounds by Isaiah Blackman and Jordan Betts. 2:03 still to go in the fourth quarter. With 6 minutes to go in the game, it had been a 12-minute quarter. We're now at 35 minutes. A few points scored here recently.
Well, and how quickly the Haze High Indians go from up 21 points to only up 6 points, now back up to 21 points again.
Real quickly, because the Indians were up by 6 with 2:43 remaining. There's 2:03 on the clock as Walters gets the football at the 49-yard line. Caden Walters had thrown only 2 interceptions all year. He's been picked twice tonight. One of them for a touchdown. Now he's scrambling to his right, just trying to keep the play alive, looking to throw down the field. Hit as he throws. It is going to be intercepted almost by Keith Dryden. The wide receiver became the defensive back on that play. Eric Reed is the reason that he was able to not intercept the ball, and now a flag at where the ball was thrown. This might be a late hit maybe on Haze High, on the quarterback, just judging by where the flag is thrown. Isaiah Blackman was giving chase, and this is against the Haze High Indians.
Roughing the passer.
Well, hey, Isaiah Blackman doesn't give up on a play. And when you're that close, I guess you take your shot. So the ball to the 36-yard line for Dodge City. I guess it would have wiped off the interception anyway. 2 wide receivers, now 3 wide receivers left for Dodge City. 1:54 to go in the game. Haze High leads 64-43. Up by 3 scores. Walters under pressure, throws right side, passes complete to Tyler Trent. Trent at the 25. At the 20, and he'll be taken down as he gets to the 17-yard line.
Boy, Tyler Trent, again, just continuing to fight for additional yardage and breaking through arm tackles.
Pass to Trent for 19 yards. Trent's 7th catch of the evening. And over 400 yards passing tonight for Caden Walters. He'll roll left this time. Look down the field, back over the middle. It is tipped and almost intercepted. And Indians are going to end up with an injured player out of this potentially. Keith Dryden got rocketed by Hayden Kreitzer, who knocked the pass down. Boy, don't get hurt now, guys. 47 pass attempts for the quarterback this evening. Caden Walters. Got to get a new piece of paper out for this.
All right, now Jordan Betts is coming in for Keith Dryden.
Now the game you feel is essentially over, up by 21 with a minute 36 remaining. 420 yards passing tonight for quarterback Caden Walters. He is 28 for 47 now. It's 3rd down and 10 for Dodge City. From their, 2nd down, Walters steps up into the pocket, looks left, throws deep. It is going to be caught in the end zone for a touchdown. It is caught by Mark Adams on 2nd and 10, a 19-yard score.
Okay, so on 4 plays, 49 yards into the end zone, and take off 35 seconds off the clock. So the Dodge City offense on now 2 scoring possessions have shown they can get the ball in the end zone quickly.
Dodge City, you'd think, as they line up for the extra point, probably actually kicking the extra point this time. It is up and it is good. 64-50. And Dodge City will be going for an onside kick. Should Haze High recover, they could take a knee and finish off this ball game. Well, probably a couple of them. 1:28 remaining. Indians and Dodge City have put up 114 points tonight.
And you know what? 50 points doesn't sound like the Haze High Indian defense did their job tonight, but they've held Dodge City to crucial 3 and outs at crucial points in the game, and of course even did their job of picking up 6 points with the pick 6 from Shane Behrens.
Walters to Adams for a 2nd time tonight for 19 yards. I have that as 4 touchdowns passing tonight for Caden Walters. Gives him 14 on the season, but he's thrown 2 interceptions, and one of those, Shane Behrens, returned for a touchdown, and still what is just an amazing play. It's not like he went straight up and caught it one-handed. He was arching to the back to catch the tipped pass, and that hands team back onto the field as
looks like Tathan Burkhart's joining them up on the front line this time next to Colton Myers.
Yep, Jordan Betts, Connor Rule, Shane Behrens, Colton Myers, Tathan Burkhart, Bryce Baumgarn, you mentioned. Did I get it right this time? Yep, Bryce. Called him Brady earlier this year. And the onside kick coming with the officials' whistle and a flag on the play.
Okay.
11 for Haze High. 11 for Dodge City. Counting 11 on each side, and they line up in the same formation they did before. 7 on one side of the kicker, or 6 on one side of the kicker, 4 on the other, and then the kicker. 1, 2, 3, 4,
They're
5,
lined up
6,
like they were
7,
last
8,
time.
9, 10, 11. And the official waves off the flag.
Okay.
So the onside kick in a 64-50 game. Dodge City trying to stay alive. The ball doesn't go quite the 10 yards. Dodge City touches it, and that'll do it. Haze High will get the football. The ball was illegally touched by Mark Adams, only 9 yards into the kick.
9.5 yards.
Yeah.
It was close.
Yeah, it wasn't that close. And it's going to be Haze High's chance to take a knee. Unless they say an Indian touched the football, I think that's what the officials are discussing now. Did any Haze High player touch the football?
No.
This can't be Dodge City football if Haze High didn't touch it. Connor Rule, right by the official, says it's Indian football, illegal touching Dodge City. It is Haze High Indian football, and the Indians would think, anyway, go to the victory formation here, up 64-50.
They spot the ball at the just shy of the 50-yard line. But
I had my binoculars on the play. Adams caught that ball at the 49-yard line. He went down at the 50.
Oh. Ball should be at the 49 then.
Haze High comes out like they're going to run a play here. Dodge City still has a timeout left. 2 blockers to the left of Delton. Handoff Blackman, no keeper by Delta to that right side. Gets a block at the 45, 40. He'll go to the 35 and get taken down inbounds at about the 30-yard line, and that should effectively do it. A 29-yard run for Alex Delton on his 22nd carry of the night, 134 yards on the evening.
Again, Alex Delton, who looked like he had a sore right ankle early on in the second half, really performing pretty well. Throwing the ball well on a sore ankle and certainly running still quickly with it.
Indians are going to go to their stat guy, bring Jared Haynes in as a extra tight end to the left side.
And Dodge City conceding the game, not even using their last time out with now 1:07 left and the clock ticking.
Indians will be slow to break the huddle, and that's going to be the victory formation. It's the sweetest formation in football. Haze High is going to win 64-50 as Delton, and now a flag on the play. The Indians to get the playoff in time.
That'll stop the clock.
53 seconds to... Haze High is going to win this football game.
One way or
and
another.
move to 6-0 on the season. They called false start on Haze High.
False start on the victory formation. Okay.
Haze High is going to go to 6-0. Kurt David win a Western Athletic Conference championship. In Coach Bo Black's first year here, he's accustomed to winning these championships. This time it's at Haze High.
Well, and how special that is for Bo Black to come here and have success immediately with the Haze High Indians. And tell you what, you look back early in this season, and who at this point would have thought the Haze High Indians would go into district play 6-0 with a Western Athletic Conference championship, given the schedule that they have?
Indians will take a snap and may have to do it one more time. Play clock will reset, and they will not. That will end up being the ball game. Haze High beats Dodge City 64-50. Kurt David, 114 points put up onto the board tonight. What an entertaining ball game we had at Lewis Field Stadium.
Certainly was, and obviously with 64 points, the offense does their job under the leadership of Alex Delton and Isaiah Blackman coming in and playing a huge role. And Hayden Kreitzer with some great receptions and stiff arms on Reed in the secondary to get into the end zone for Hayden Kreitzer. 3 touchdowns tonight, is that right?
Yeah, catching on four total receptions.
And so obviously the offense doing the job, but we talked about just a little bit earlier, with 15 points you question the Haze High Indian defense, but don't question them much. We'll go back to the stats here and look at how many times they held the Dodge City offense to 3-and-out possessions. They did it at key times of the game. And then late in the fourth quarter, Shane Behrens picks up a pick 6 to give the defense 6 points and really put this game out of control and really in the hands of the Haze High Indians for a Western Athletic Conference championship. And I can't say it enough. Who, at the beginning of the season, would have thought a team that was just went to the 4A Division I grouping would win the conference championship?
The Haze High Indians are the Western Athletic Conference champs for the 4th time in 6 years. Conference titles in 2009, 2011, 2012, and now in 2014 in a lengthy game here at Lewis Field Stadium.
Boy, if you're a coach for Buhler, Abilene, or McPherson, Tell me you don't have big eyes going into the next few weeks of this season.
Got to figure out how to stop this Haze High offense, who puts up 64 points tonight. Big thank you to everybody at HazePost.com and ECTV. For Kurt David, I'm Dustin Armbruster. Post-game show coming up next on 96.9 KFIX.